Topiks, Bankie Yahsonn. Real conversations. Lately we be having conversations with the people, cause we feel like there's nobody really talking truth. We be having conversations with the people, cause too many media houses changing up the news. Everything was green light, now we seeing red. Everybody got opinions, few got facts instead. We be having conversations with the people, cause we feel like there's nobody really talking truth. Tuesday night and everybody tuned in live. Bankie Yahsonn bringing reason in every time. Talking politics and the things affecting lives. Breaking down the stories they be trying to hide. Used to trust the system, now the trust gone. Everybody talking loud, but the facts wrong. People tired of the fake and the gimmicks too, so they coming to these topics for a clear review. Got the whole Caribbean locked on the station. Real entertainment network building conversations. No script vibes, now stage for the camera. Just real people talking straight with stamina. And we be having conversations with the people, cause we feel like there's nobody really talking truth. We be having conversations with the people, cause too many media houses changing up the news. Everything was green light, now we seeing red. Everybody got opinions, you got facts instead. We be having conversations with the people, cause we feel like there's nobody really talking truth. Sometimes Fridays got a special live session. Big topics got the whole place stressing. Agriculture, crime, economy discussion. Every episode spark another conversation, and the comments start flying when the lights start. Everybody got a view from the heart. Some agree and some disagree too, but at least these topics bringing real views. No pretending when the mic turn on. Yahsonn reasoning while Bankie stay strong. People checking in from overseas too, cause authentic conversation hard to come through. Everything was green light, now we seeing red. Everybody got opinions, few got facts instead. We be having conversations with the people, cause we feel like there's nobody really talking truth.
And we are live here on Real Entertainment Network. It's beautiful Tuesday evening here in Queen City, Uali, better known as Nevis, and Amiga, better known as St. Kitts. I want to say good evening to our brothers and sisters throughout the entire Eastern Caribbean. Wherever you may be at this time, I want to say good evening to our people, morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where you may be geographically. Some one of these greetings may be applicable to you. I want to say good evening to our sponsors on the rocks, Islander Water Sports, Mansa's Last Stop, Shabazz Organics, Imperial Rides, and Heritage Cafe. I want to say good evening to the folks who usually log on via Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch TV. We stream simultaneously on the 3 platforms. I want to encourage folks to go on over to the YouTube channel and subscribe, click, like, and share. Make sure that we get more people in the algorithms. We do the same thing for Facebook as well. We want to encourage you to share, and like, and be a part of this evening's edition of the Topiks. This evening we have a very special guest with us this evening, and I nearly wonder if I should say guest. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where to put him right now, because he was our co-host. One of the man who really was there back from origin. But yeah, he has been out doing a lot of things, and I guess we're gonna find out now a little bit more about some of the things that he has been up to over the years that we have not really been, connecting and seeing him so much on the media scene. So we're gonna find out all that this evening. So yeah, brace yourself, get your popcorn, get your spliff, get your your drink and whatever it is that you need. And it seems as if I get frozen. So something going on here with my computer tonight. So I guess Bankie, you may got to take over because I don't know what's going on with my machine tonight, but
All right. Yahsonn, okay. Well, let me say good evening to all those who are tuning in and greatly appreciate you guys tuning into Real Entertainment Network and this Tuesday evening on the topics. And let me say good evening to our guests. Can say as a guest, must say co-host, I want, I want, I want the team. So we started this show together. So while we link up, you know what I mean? So definitely looking forward for the reasoning. My boy X-Ray, you understand? So three of us, while since to see three of us on the screen at the same time. So it's a special time. So we're really gonna have some fun this evening. At the same time, let me say shout out and give all those who come by on a daily basis and support Manso's Last Stop and Shabazaga next. And big up the chef in the house, Chef Amonis and Chef Aisha who come on the weekend time and so forth. We are known for having the Shark and Bakes on Saturdays. So you can all and just stop by, see if you have any Sharks and Bakes, you get your Marby, you get your melon juice, your ginger beer, lemonade, passion fruit, all the local stuff, you go in banana plantain and stuff like that. So can't say thank you all enough. So keeping my uncle Man's legacy alive. I mean, he's one of the founding fathers that come to farming for all that's what he do all his life and fishing. And he have transitioned 3 years ago and is the community support why his business is still up and running along with his daughter and his daughters and myself fitting and big up also Natasha over there in Philadelphia and also still remember to show my cousin Aisha some love because remember she just lost her son and just buried her son less than 2 weeks ago. It was just something sudden, so you can't put a time of when to grieve. So just show her some love and keep her strong and because she's still coming out and turning her car meal and her fungi and fish and doing her stuff in and still baking and as if nothing happened. So very strong young lady, but I know she just putting up front and but at the same time she's dying inside. So again, give thanks to all those who passed through and let me know they appreciate the work I've been doing and come to giving out the information and keeping everyone on the same level and don't pick and choose and so forth. So definitely this month is full pack. We have next week. We have our next show go straight down to the end of the month and into next month, and then I'll be off going to DC at the end of the month to receive an award by NebDC. So just want to shout out all those who are part of it. Big up Stocky, Emily, Obi, Felicia, my classmate, didn't even recognize us to her at an event there. So Alicia, I apologize for that. You don't know. Always good to see classmates and stuff like that. It's just been a long time. So X-Ray, good evening to you. How are you doing?
Greetings, man. I good. I good. I can't complain at all. I've been getting service for the first time in about 2 years. So
Yeah,
yeah, man.
I'm more.
I fully function. I fully functioning today. The last time
Uh,
we spoke, the last time I was on the show, I said, boy, Bankie, I got to water my 5 trees. So
yes.
they're growing up. They're growing up. So I could
Yeah,
take a
right.
little break. And
And
with
that's
the
what it's all
road
about.
march now, yeah, with the road
Well,
march, I have my license. Anybody asking a question, I can say, "Boy, I just been road march." I tell you. Yes, I
that's a
have a
funny
little
one.
experience. So,
All right. So
yeah,
tell the
man.
people who don't know X-Ray and just tuning in for the first time. Can we have people join us all the time? A little bit about yourself and wherever you want to tell them.
Well, my name is Raynaldon Bartlette, hailing from Stony Grove, Nevis. Spent all my time in Nevis, living in Nevis now. I'm the owner of Five Trees Bar and Lounge, original owner. I am the band leader of DVX now. DVX the band, recently established. I've been a DJ since I was about 14, 15. I went to Choice Radio. I continued with 2020 Vision. I did some time at Kiss FM also. I have been singing soca music on the side for about 10 years now. But as of recently, I've been taking the music much more serious. I was in Small Axe this year for about a month or 2 months. And then, I came back to Nevis, you could say, and did my own thing because there was a vacancy. So I came back home to fill
All
that
right. I see
vacancy.
you're very happy. I see you're smiling. Somebody in front of you know, you got your smile that jiggle so. You're one of those who have
No
some
man,
models
no
in front of you
man.
well on the phone and just smiling, looking at something else. Got you.
Watch out.
All
Watch
right.
out. I'm gonna
So,
tell you something. Yasson would know. Yasson is my
all
teacher,
right.
so on my bucket list, I only got maybe one more thing left.
All
So
right. Well,
I feel
that's something
accomplished.
good. All right. So tell me something. You said you played with Small Axe for about 2 months. Well, how did that went? I mean, how did you get into Small Axe band? Because that's a band that is not just anyone can get in. You have to be a very good musician because these guys almost older than myself. So how would someone like you end up in Small Axe? And when you went in as what? A keyboardist, a drummer? What you went in there as? A vocalist?
Keyboardist
What?
and
How that
rhythm
happened?
arrangement. Okay, well, they had a
Keyboardist
vacancy
keyboardist and
on
rhythm
the rhythm.
arrangement, which means you're the lead person then. You set the tone for the band.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. So
So,
so go ahead.
I would think that I think Raskelly was the last person before me. He would have left. Everybody knows Marlon and Raskelly has a history. And so when they were scouting, what stood out about me, because I was never strong on the keyboard, nobody know me to be a keyboardist. Even though Juve was just passed, I barely play any keyboard. I was more singing than anything. However, the rhythm style was different than all the people they were scouting. And so they wanted that when Smarlax is playing, it just sounds different. Back in the old days, two bands could be sound checking in two different places, and you could step home and say, okay, this band is over here and that band is over there, just
Of
by
course.
what they're doing, yeah, the signature sound. So they were looking for that. So I got the nod and I went. Basically, I did a few gigs, but at the end of the day, the traveling back and forth and me having 5 trees as a business, it just wasn't feasible for both of us. And so, we parted ways. Then I decided to restart DVX. Ironically, I was going to restart DVX anyway, but when I told them that there was an opportunity with Smarlax, my members, they said, boy, X-Ray, that is something that you can, not do. So I went with their blessing. And then when it didn't work out, I just said, hey, I'm a free agent again. I don't know what we're doing. And so we got prepared for Culturama. We didn't do any gig for the Culturama season, so we strictly prepared for the road, and we see the outcome now. So I learned one or two things in Smarlax that were very important, like adding the icing to the cake and the rhythm, certain techniques that they use. The only thing I did not keep is their signature loud cowbell pattern.
Hmm.
I changed that so they could have their pattern, and I did like it for every rhythm, so I changed it back to the DVX style. But there's some other things that I learned there that was very important. Also, because I was trying my best to be a keyboardist, I did learn a lot of the basics of the keyboard in a short time, which helped me to produce after that. So I was producing much faster because I would have been playing live. It wasn't the best, eh? It wasn't the best, but I definitely knew my way around the keyboard after that experience. It was a lot of drilling. So, yeah, that's about it.
But playing out live
That's
with
about it.
Small Axe, I mean, did the fans are those who understand music had any could I tell the difference with your style of playing? And did you get any compliments from the people? Kind of escape people and singing people are very hard. So as a new player, so how was that received from the
It,
public and the
it was
fans?
it was simple, and I was well supported by the band also. So it's not like I came in as a foreigner. Everybody knew I was from Nevis, but I think I was well accepted and supported by the band, the movers. So the style spoke for itself. It was something different. People liked it, but I wasn't there long enough for it to soak. And the person who was playing second keyboards, he actually became the rhythm man after me. So it was not like the band had to fully reform again.
Yes.
It's just
Okay. So
little guy
from
missing, and then the young guy took over.
all right. So from small acts, Culturama come up. So what make you get up and can remember you're dealing with this band DVX? What become of that band? Cause those you're playing out in gigs. Sometimes when you have this kind of when you own Culturama time and behind the Cotton General Mall and different places. And how long did that lasted for? DVX.
Okay, DVX was always a more experiment, and that is why we rebranded right after we won the road match to DVX the band. It was DVX Reloaded. Look at the results, road match results. It was DVX Reloaded that you saw.
So,
What we
so
found,
DVX was so wait. You said DVX was an experiment.
basically, it was a production group.
So you
We
all coming
only
together. So,
assembled
but how
a
long you all
band.
lasted? But how long did that last? The band lasted for?
You could say the band lasts for 10 years. We only
10
assembled
years.
more members. Okay, if I started making music probably 2015, by 2016, there was DVX, but we were just making music. And if we have a gig, then we hire a drummer or a bass man.
Okay,
So the
I got you.
institution, the original members of
I
DVX
got you.
are still there from
Good.
then.
Okay.
But then when you say no, DVX the band, sorry about that, sorry for coming up the chat. When we say DVX the band now, we actually have, okay, this is the drummer we use, this is the bass man we use. No, that might still vary depending on where we're playing and who's available because everybody in there treat it as a business, right? But you could say we have the executive
I
in play,
got you. Of
So
course.
so DVX the
So
band was born
okay.
after the We With You road match.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
After,
I understand.
so we
So
played on the road together, and then we said, okay, we gotta make this thing official right now.
so
Yeah,
why you decided? So why you decided like before you had a troop? Did you had a troop or something like that? So why that's what it was? You had a troop before? Five trees or something like
we
that?
had we had this is our second year doing Juve,
Yes.
Five Trees Juve troop. Our first day doing parade. The parade was a very exciting experiment. We did not put
Mm-hmm.
much thought into the parade day because the Juve revelers from last year said they would like 2 days. So I gave them 2 days. So next year we'll have to work on the parade day much more. Why did the Juve troop is because last year I realized there wasn't any Navision ban on the road, and so I decided this is the chance to experiment with something this year. I wouldn't say it was an experiment, but this year we continue. We started, so we're going to continue. I originally was not going to do anything, or maybe it would have been done with Swalak, but after I see the gap was there again, I said, okay, let's do this. And then when closer to the season, we realized the long jam was available also. And I feel like that is more of a Navision thing, that route.
So what you mean? What you mean the
So
long jam was available? Me not understand what you mean.
there was no ban. No, no ban was coming from Gingerland, to my knowledge.
So how
Up
does
to
that work? The
maybe
long jam. Kind of Casanova used to do the long jam. So and then Casanova, I guess the band was broken up. So then Core had came in. Some other band had came in, but I think I can't remember from Core. And then so how does that work? And then the Core had to go and ask Casanova, are you all doing a long jam this year? And can we use this space? How does that work? Because you're accustomed to have this, and then so if Core not do it, so how does it come in? You'll communicate with Corey. So Corey, I want to do a long jump. So how they're going to work? And Corey said, okay, yeah, you safe. Go do your thing. How does that work? Communication? Or you just everybody do what they want? How does that work?
well, I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's selective if you want to go
Uh huh.
to the band itself, Casanova or
Yes.
Core. But
Yes.
ultimately, you requested from Culturama, and then, well, for me, my experience was they would tell you if you could do it or not. So I was wearing two
So
caps. I
Culturama
didn't.
give okay, you mean?
Well,
Uh,
to be honest, once
no,
I put in
I just trying
some
to
really,
understand the procedure, how it work,
yeah,
because as I said, I know in growing up in the 90s and knowing I was a fan of Casanova, and I know it's them who inherit that. It was just like a Casanova thing, and then over the years, I guess end up in core hands. So I'm just asking if there's a communication, and you know that this guy don't know no band from tongue, go country, go do long jam.
I
That's what I'm
go
saying. I know it's
country
always a
Donald
country
Trump. Yes,
thing. I mean,
it's
right?
a
So
country
I'm just
thing.
saying,
I,
use and then the band them over in thing come on TDC, RDC and stuff like that. So I'm just understanding. So how did that you said
I think,
Culturama give the okay at Culturama? You have to how does that work? That's what I'm
okay.
trying to
I
understand.
think, well, most of the time, if I request that, especially early, they would say, "Hey, well, for Gabrielas, which is a Juve group, would have already
Okay,
requested that." So that's why I said, if it's vacant, then, and I inquired about it, then they would ask me, "Well, if you still want to do it, you could do it because there's nobody up there."
I got
So
you.
that's
Yes,
why I say it's a little bit of both. There are people who, I don't want to say favor because it's that might make it sound biased. But even me as a
Mm,
town man, if there's somebody
yes.
from country who has a van, even if it's a van or just farm, most likely I would give way because I would benefit from starting in town where my people are. But it was vacant, so we did it.
Okay.
You know,
And
we
how
did
was
it.
the experience? And how was the experience for the first time? I mean, who I was part of the band? 'Cause I think I see a poster mark and Pinocchio, Mr. Pinocchio. Me and Pinocchio in a band.
Well,
So that was just an added
we
touch
had
to
a
I mean,
we had a ball. Let me just pull up the poster to make sure I don't leave anybody out. Well,
yes,
you
I
have
remember
the, of
specifically I
course,
say Pinocchio. So I was
yeah.
wondering, this is strange. I didn't know Pinocchio was singing a band, but didn't know it was a band you put together in such a short time just to hit the road.
Okay, me and Pino have been in talks for maybe a year.
Hmm.
Basically, me doing productions for him. So he was one of them who gave me the blessing that I could go into small acts. Um, so Pino is singer, and Pino is the lead singer. He is who I support. He is who I make sure songs come out for first before everybody else.
So Pinocchio is a
Um,
singer. He sings in band and he sings and shows and stuff. You mean?
Pinocchio do everything.
I didn't know
So
that. I know he hosts and stuff like that,
Pinocchio
but I
do.
didn't know and the talk show, but didn't know
But
he
remember, he was
do
singing
singing.
it. Remember, he was singing in Collision before. He just
Oh,
didn't
I
bring
didn't
out
know the
a lot
members of
of
the band, so I
songs.
wouldn't know. I wouldn't know that. So that's the
Yeah,
point. I didn't know.
I think he's an
Okay.
original member of Collision.
Okay.
You know,
Cool. Okay. Talented
so
youth.
at,
No, yeah,
at
man.
this
Pinocchio, big up yourself.
So at this
Yes.
point
So go
in
ahead.
time, he just needs a team to support him production wise and live playing wise, and he will be good to go. So that's the arrangement there. Because I would have gone back on rhythm because the other member, that's Divi, Professor Divi, no, Vern Pemberton, Glenn Pemberton from Low Street, his son.
Hmm.
He was originally Divi the man, but he wasn't been a rhythm man anymore. It's a lot of pressure. So I had to step back. So somebody would have had to fill my gap, and that was Pinocchio. Pinocchio was the best fit. He can operate on the fly. Pinocchio is a man walking in the studio. Hey, Pinocchio, go sing that. One take, one take, and it's done. So he was the best fit to fill my position. And then on the way, we had some people who supported last year. Last year, we actually put a band together. So Pakala from Dominica works at Caribou Breweries. Pak, he is a member. He was there last year, the second keyboardist. There's a drummer from St. Kitts, JR. He played in the Showtime band with Pino. And so I said, well, most of the content we're going to play. So, we come through. Stiley came Jamal Jujak, my teacher. We had a joke and said the school man is on the road. Um, so he came and he did some technical duties and then he drummed too. He played rhythm too. Everybody in the band could play more than one thing, eh? So we don't switch up depending on what's happening. And my boy Travis, my classmate Travis, nobody know Travis to be a singer. Um, to be honest, Travis had the hype for the Juve and the parade day. So that's the backup singer there. So that's the band as right now, as of right now, you know.
Well, it seemed like you guys
So
had fun. I mean, it seemed like you enjoyed talking about it, and it shows in your body language, and you're smoking all the time. So you did the jam.
yeah,
How was the crowd? How was the crowd attendance coming? And where you started from coming down? Where did you start from?
we started
And what time? And what time you
at the
started
at
exactly?
the end of at the end of Beach Road. Maybe it was about 5:45. Maybe
Okay,
finally moved
early.
on.
Okay,
Moved on.
cool, good time.
Yeah, the crowd, of course, the crowd was small. It's the first time we're doing long jam. People don't even know it's a band. People think I DJing from country to town. Um, Culturama itself was kind of up in the air with, a lot of back and forth. But
Yes.
we had our troop members. So if we started with about 50 people, you could guarantee 50 to 75 people came with us all the way from country to town to the judging
Okay.
station. So it was a modest crowd, but it was
Yes.
live
I
from the
got you. I
beginning
got
to
yes.
the end.
But
During the
so when you
jam,
end up so
there
when
was,
you end up in town coming in, people more people didn't join in?
of course, as soon as we reached
That's
Car gas station,
yes.
there were people meeting us there. So, and
Okay,
ironically,
yes.
that was the judging station too. So I think that we were the beneficiaries of people were wondering, well, what band this? So
Yes.
they draw in at the same time judging happening. So
Okay,
yeah, it
okay.
was good. Yeah,
So
yeah, it was
you
real good,
become
real good.
the band end up and become get the roadmap because before by listening they were saying well there was no Nevis band on the road, it was just for SK band. Or then I hear DVX get roadmap. I say, what are you talking about? They say by X-Ray band. I say X-Ray
Upset,
band. I say wait.
upset,
I really didn't know. I
upset.
didn't know. I didn't know code. Didn't
Well,
did it. The long jam. So it was when I heard. I said, and then the next thing I hear is go ahead if you have something to say.
yeah, I was just gonna ask, in relation to this song itself. Was it a song that became road march, or well, it's just the band overall playment and some? I mean, playing and so on.
No, we had a song called Sugar Daddy, and I could tell
And
you a little bit of the song.
that song was released like during the Culturama, like it was because I
Uh,
don't
well,
recall hearing.
I am. You see, I didn't do much live releases this year because I'm always working at 5 trees. So I really release it on YouTube. Let me try and check the date for you. But I usually release very early, So that was like my third release for the season. Because right after I came out of Smarlock in the end of April, by May I put out a rhythm mix. The week after that I put out a live recording. Then the week after that we put out music. So Sugar Daddy was, let me check the date here. By the 6th of July, that was the last song. Sugar Daddy was out. 6th of
You
July.
said the last. What's the other two?
There's a song called Jam on Me Tonight and Sweet Spot.
Okay. And
Yeah, well, you
which
see,
one? Give me the kind of genre because Sweet Spot is wow, like a kind of groovy.
slow pep,
Um,
slow pep, slow pep.
mhm. And then the other one would have been what?
Jam on Me is a soca, movie soca.
Soca. And then this one that
Yeah,
probably would have won road match now you say is what? That's a pep. That's a real pep.
pep, pep, pep. Yeah,
Okay.
pep, pep. And it had a kind of booyah blend, not the drumming, but the instruments used, the keyboards used. other kind of blend like that too. So the situation with us too, outside of me working, I would have just come out of small acts. You have to make these songs, register in time, doing a Juve troop that you didn't plan on really doing in the space of 2 months. So I didn't get to personally say, well, yes, on Bankie, I want to come on this show and do that. It was just not any time. Also, too, I made a comment on a blogger's site the other day, and I said one of the problems with thinking, well, Nevis, Culturama music, is that we don't have one spot where we could find all the music. You know what I'm saying?
Friend,
There's
what?
not a Culturama YouTube playlist where we could find
Oh,
all the music the Culturama season.
okay.
There's not one spot.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, right now, your ultrasonic is not there. The Core didn't do any releases this year. Odyssey did one. Well, Daddy Spain did another. But so let's count Odyssey as 3 or 4, right? But they're under the artist name. Ultimate did one, and I think
X-Ray get frozen a bit there. So let's hope that he is back um, quickly with that. But I mean, Banky, I am listening to this right, and I'm saying like so much things seemingly would have went on with X-Ray and his band. I mean that we really well. Let me say me, guys. I don't know how much you know about it, but I mean, I really didn't. I
I
didn't
may
even
know
know
nothing
X-Ray.
about it.
I didn't even know
I'm a
X-Ray were playing
flyer.
in smaller.
I send me a
I
flyer
mean,
or something like that, but I did. But
yeah,
that's
I didn't
so
even
I
know X-Ray
can't
was
even
playing in
remember.
smaller band.
sorry,
So this is some what I mean news when I tonight out of all the nights then my computer decided to give me some stress and so I missed out on some of the things I mean in the initial part and so on, but I mean quite
it's
interesting,
kind
quite
of
impressive.
exhausted, yeah.
I mean X-Ray, I know that you have the talent, and I know you've been seeking to do this thing for a number of years, I mean like you know, you've played with other bands, you've done your thing. I mean, DJ, from the DJ, even before the band, the
Mm.
DJ side of things. I mean, Reloaded, come out and turn up the place, and so a lot of people didn't even know you were a DJ. And so it's the same kind of mindset. People didn't know you were a DJ. I mean, even now, still you're saying it, I'm sure a lot of people like, X-Ray, DJ? Me and X-Ray used to DJ, right? Um,
I am I
and
am
then
shocked by the amount of people who don't know that.
why? But
I'm
because you were
shocked.
kind of you did your thing, but you were rated, but still you never threw yourself
Not
out there
mainstream.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So you still
And
did
I
your thing
always
and
all over the place too. I
right.
always all over the place. Because when I ain't opening 5 trees, now I have a band. So you can't say X-Ray is going to be a DJ from 2010 to 2020. Well, in the dance hall. So that's part of my situation. But if you notice, no, in all the capacities, there's always some kind of upset or something that people didn't expect, you know. So,
Okay, so X-Ray, the band come out, and I don't have Facebook, but I think someone sent me some whatever monuments and whatever. What was that all about?
I didn't
But
hear.
but you no, I said you become road march, and it seemed like you had some
Mhm.
controversy on Facebook
Oh,
along with you
no,
and Master Blue. What was that about? 'Cause I don't have Facebook, so anybody gonna tell me about Facebook, don't have to
I,
copy it and send it to me, and then by trying to and you made comment about age and at a certain age and your age and different stuff.
oh,
So how that come into
a
play?
Facebook, a Facebook comment. We can't say that Master Blue made any comment. We can't say that.
Okay.
He was tagged, and the post was on his page. So I said to my friend, the veteran, that he should separate himself or untag himself from what was being said.
Tagger. He
Because,
said
you know,
he was tagged. What do you mean? I mean, no, we're talking. about tag what? We're not playing football. Tag and what is tag?
Okay,
What's
Okay,
that?
okay.
What?
it means that if
What?
I say it means that if I go on Facebook and
Uh huh.
say and tag Yahsonn
Uh
and
huh.
say
Hold on,
Yahsonn,
hold on, hold on,
it
hold
means
on, hold on, X-ray. What Bankie don't understand is the tagging part. Though. So let me explain that to you guys. So
Yes,
what happens is that
exactly.
so I could say, okay, so for
if I
example,
go on
I put out a
yes.
post, right? I could put out a post and just post it on my page, and that's it. But then I
Okay.
can put out a post, and I can, when I post it now, I put your name in it if you're on Facebook, I have a name if I are on Facebook, and let's say X-ray name if X-ray is on Facebook, and then it will show up on your pages as a post as well. But so you're just tagged in it. It's like, hey, you post it, but you got end up on your page, so then others will be able to read whatever is in that conversation. But you are not necessarily the author of the conversation. So that's what you call
But
tagging.
people,
You will not the author.
but people would know. I ain't had nothing. If somebody bring drag me night, right?
Them,
That's so.
Yeah.
I may not know because if they're like you and don't
Women they may or
necessarily
may not know.
understand, they
Women they
may
may
or
or
may
may
not
not
It's
know.
know.
on you. It's gonna be on your
Okay,
page.
because it's gonna be
Yeah,
on your
but
page.
Depending.
says
So
like I
if
may
you
do it
don't know, that's
then.
how you don't know much about
Says like I
computer
may do
right
it
now.
then. Yes.
Right?
I won't.
Somebody who
I
don't
won't.
understand what tagging is,
Huh?
somebody who don't know like what that is, and they come on the page
Yes.
and see it, they automatically think, well, oh, a banky post this
Okay.
thing
So
here.
like this then. Okay. This then is like you're a WhatsApp. So it's like you on your WhatsApp. Make you got me in your WhatsApp and you add me your WhatsApp. Your status and your whatever you post in upon me WhatsApp. So people watch my WhatsApp is like I'm post that way you just explain. Cause that's the best way we could put it. So then if
Yes.
Technically, to some
so
extent.
then you're so then which me post it as I love this and me act like well oh yeah it's nice but if me say me do it then me like and then you post it. You see what I mean?
Mhm.
So
No,
something like
but
Mhm.
that
really,
then.
no.
Yes.
For really and truly though, like the average. Okay, that's because I just explained it that way because if you're not aware, you would
Yes.
see it that way. But for the
So
persons who
I
are
could tell you take it down
computer
then.
savvy,
I could take it down if I want and if I know I don't
you can tag
approve of it
yourself
or
very
anything like
good.
that.
You can tag yourself out of it.
You could.
Yes. So
You
that's
could
why he's saying you
contact.
can
Yeah.
tag
You go on
yourself.
them.
All right, good. Okay, cool.
So
Okay, go ahead, X-Ray.
on Facebook,
Yes.
I said to Master Blue, "Wow, this don't look good." So I don't think Master Blue would post something like he was tagged. So I said, "Hey, I see it, and you should untag yourself because
Mm-hmm.
the efforts of Long Jam, there's two people who advertise a Long Jam.
What was the comment? What was the
Alaxos,
comment? What was the comment
oh
about
boy,
the tag
oh,
thing? What was tag?
I think they were saying COVID are trying to kill your Long Jam. Yes,
Kill, kill
that
his
was the
kill the
post.
kill his long
Kill
jam.
his Long Jam. Yeah.
Long jam building person that's we're asking the beginning. You say you get approval for Culturama, right? You register to
Yeah.
Culturama.
Yeah. I mean, the road was available.
Okay,
It,
good.
I,
And then what was
what I
the and
would
then
say,
what then what? So did Corey respond to anything anyway? Congratulate you and all the different stuff. And how was the feedback
we'll get to that.
on the
We'll get to that last. We'll get to that last.
okay? Or you got more to say?
What
Okay, go ahead.
happened?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when I saw it, my comment was to the effect of, okay, Master Blue, you tagged in this. It don't look good because it's two set of young people do the Long Jam Road, right? We say youth is under 35, right? So what I am saying, even if whoever ban is to return and do the Long Jam next year, you have to understand that it was vacant this year. Therefore, if nobody took the road, it would not have happened. No kind of Long Jam would have happened. None. You understand?
So, hold a
So
second. You said two. Wait,
people,
before you
But
continue.
but
You
but
said two
did
bands who on the road
but there
for
was
long
any
jam.
time where there was but yes sir. But any time when there was any long jam, any
I
year that there was
think
any
before,
jam any couple of
I
years,
think the year before COVID took over, Masabro, core, I should say core. I think there wasn't one before that, and then he took over.
Okay.
Core, over.
All right.
I could be
Go ahead.
corrected if wrong, but judging by my history, judging by what I remember around that time, because I think X-Man was the lead singer of Casanova. And I remember that year I went on the road with him Parade Day, but Juve, he was not successful in doing it. So I think the year after, um, uh, fourth over. But I
Okay.
go back to the topic. Basically,
Yes.
these were some older people, you know, and I understand their frustration because you would have had a massive call for Culturama 50, right? Um, I think Smilex did it last year. There was a good enough crowd, and then here we have a smaller crowd. So I understand their frustration, but there was
Who frustration? Who
a
frustration?
difference. Whoever the person was that made the post, right? And a few comments, not in front of me right now, so I can't say who they were,
Yes.
you know. But my comment to everyone, right, was that when you have in this time where they say, you know, culture are dead, and a lot of times they say young people aren't doing anything. You have two people, one of the troops, oh yeah, Yason's question. One of the long jump troops started at Prospect with Smaller, right?
Okay.
I think it's a group of young ladies that did that troop, right? DVX decided to go all the way up to Gingerland and fill that vacancy and come down, you know. So my point was that, yo, when you see people doing something and nothing is being done, nothing. If you are doing something, then you can make a comment. A positive comment would be nice too. But if you're doing nothing, you can't hate on young people trying to develop something. And everybody knows, everybody here are promoters. When you have recurring events, the first one is usually very slow. And then the people then advertise and say, boy, we had a damn good time. And then the next year it's better. Then the next year it's better. You know? So that was my point. You can't be allowing such negativity to happen. After a while, it's like you're hating on young people. You understand? And since I've been in Six Farm, I've been one of the persons who I don't care if you're older than me. I don't care what position you have. Once I am insanely clear that you're disrespecting, I gonna pull you up. I don't care what the cost is. No, I would add to that is that Juve Manning, who is on my WhatsApp. We speak outside of the media. We're still friends. On the media, they really think with that much. Um, he made some comments, Juve Manning, to alluding that people think any and anybody could do long jump. So no, we had a smart call, and he said, "Don't worry, the core entertainment's long jump will be back." So my personal comment to him on my status was, if you can make your negative comment on the status, don't come and call me privately and congratulate me. You must go back on the status and say congratulations to DVX and the upset road match. You understand? That's man. No hatred. Because you can't do something that will affect my brand. And then when my brand wins, you're not coming back. I don't want to dwell on this topic too long. I'm not really mad about it. This is more banter for me. This is banting. Fabulous do something, if Speedy do something, if Easy do something, I would answer the same way. It's not personal. But may I say, as man, as respect, I didn't trouble nobody when they say we had 15 people. You understand? I
So
didn't whine and
but who said
complain.
who said you have 15 people?
Huh?
Who said you had 15 people?
On the same
Post
Facebook post.
the
Yeah.
same post that
Yeah.
is tagged that was in.
Yeah. So I'm not tying him in that. I'm just saying in general. If Yahsonn had said
Yes.
by action, I had nobody Juve man. I'm not gonna meet Yahsonn on the post and say, yo, boy, you're wrong for saying that. It's reality. You know, and if Yahsonn is pushing a certain product, he is doing his job.
So the question.
So they must
So the question.
understand. So,
So when you was trying to do the long jam, and you get the clearance from Culturama office, did you encourage application since you all on the status and tell them, boy, I'm gonna be doing the long jam and advice you got to give me and how? What do you think? And can you say everybody is band member, we get along basic sense? There was any communication between that line before, as he know that you're gonna be doing the long jam
no,
and okay.
no. I think he found out I doing the long jump when I doing the long jump. I mean, when I find out I doing the long jump. So
So
they got.
so you think you think there was any reason you could have given him a WhatsApp? So by Corey, what do you think about me doing the long jump and whatever? You think there was anything you could have?
No, because it's vacant. By the time I get it,
I understand the
nobody
vacant
had it.
X-ray. I understand the vacant. But
It
I'm
is
saying,
vacant. So are
as
you trying
people
to tell me? Are you trying to
okay,
tell me? No, wait, let
yes,
the we want to. I got the one,
yes,
right?
go
You
ahead,
want
go
to tell
ahead.
me,
Yes,
you want to tell me, right?
yeah, go ahead.
That
Yes.
if no one, there's somebody who owns the land jump.
No, I'm not saying that X-ray. I'm saying you and Corey you all get along, you're all cordial. You're doing a long jam and saying they ask for advice and in case you not do it, guys are supporting the long jam and you all going to support X-ray and DVX and whatever. And I'm just saying in
Well,
collaboration, whatever
but
it is. That's what
but
my brain
Banky,
function, eh? Yes.
well, how my brain function is. The
Yes.
principle is if a man can't congratulate you on an
In
upset
what?
road match, a clear road
No, but I'm
match,
saying before the
like
long jam come, before the road man come, you gotta plan a
no,
long
no, we must
X-ray.
no, no,
How you
no,
work? No
no.
say you
We
work.
must deal. We have to deal with things in principle, right?
Which one?
There is
Which
certain
one?
actions.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me
Wait,
finish.
yes, son.
Yeah.
Yes, son. Which come first? The planning of the land or the road march come first? Me trying to understand what you're saying.
No, but you see,
Uh-huh.
I think in this discussion, right? There was
Yes.
okay. The question that you asked, X-ray in relation to how it works, um,
Yes.
with getting permission for the long jam and so. I think that question would have been more suited to people on the Culturama committee and so on because X-ray can't really answer to that
No.
technically. He could talk about his experience in terms of
I
dealing with it.
understand that. Fine.
So, but what he
That's what
said,
I'm saying.
when
Yes.
he went, nobody was doing the long jam, as far as he
Yes.
know. Right? He
Of
went to
course.
seek permission, which would have been what was supposed to be done. Okay, he got permission. Nobody is doing it. Okay, so he went and do it. I mean, yes, I hear your side in the sense that okay, by he and Corey supposed to be cool, and he could have maybe say, well,
But
Corey,
that's the
well,
whole
I'm
that's
going
the
to
whole point. Yes, and was
right? Hold
that's a
on,
cover.
hold
That's a
on, hold
basic
on,
thing.
Hold on, Banky. I hear you,
Yes.
But what I'm
Of
saying
course.
is, he
Yes.
still had to because
Of course, that's
nobody is
fine.
doing it.
Of
But
course.
I still hear
That's,
what you're saying from the side. I mean, it could have been done. Maybe hindsight, you might say, "Boy, I could have done that for you." But I mean,
I
me
got
still
you.
not see the need
I got
for
you.
like for something to be out of that when you not did it, you not do it yourself. Now the other part, now
Yes,
what you're talking about, X-ray, where you said that um he criticized you, so to speak, in his status, but then call you personally to congratulate you. Well, when you say, well, just because you criticize me and the status, go back on the status and congratulate me. I respect that too, because I mean, it would look a kind of little hypocritical to some extent to me that by you say we not do good, which in okay we not had a lot of people for true. Okay, that's cool.
yeah.
But then no, I win road match. Well, just because you went and say, I come back on the status and say, "Bye, congratulations, guy." Just no call me privately to tell me wherever. I mean, so
But yes,
I
and
respect what
but,
you're saying from
but
that
where this
aspect.
come from? But
Remember now,
I
look,
don't see but
remember
where
now
this
how
come
you
from
side of
though.
the story, yeah?
But where all this
Go
come
ahead, then.
from? Where all this energy come
My
from?
my
It's
my
some can
my
this don't make no
my
sense to
my
me.
thing.
Social
You see what
media.
I
Okay, well,
mean?
Social media.
my
You
thing
gotta
is
understand social media.
my my thing is Banky, right? We have to take the players out, like the names, Raynaldon, Bartlette, or Corey Tyson, are the core, are DVX out of it, right? The principle is, right, I am trying to tell
Mhm.
you, for DVX to get that road, right,
Yes.
the road had to be available because the established troops that were doing that road would get favored because they have been doing it. Just like
Don't
DVX is now the roadman's champion. So
don't get
DVX will be
favored. Don't get
favored to go.
favored. What mean don't get favored?
I'm using the word favored, but maybe there's a better word. Yes, and I don't know if you could help me.
So why?
But I am
When you say
saying,
favored? When
okay,
you say favored? When you say favored?
what
Favored
I mean by
because
favored
they were doing it all the time. It's like the regular.
all the
If
time.
you're accustomed to do it, so you're gonna get first preference, so to speak. It might not necessarily be
Okay,
favor, but it's like no. Like, if nobody doing it now, then you could say, well,
First
by I get a
preference
chance to
there.
squeeze it.
So what I am saying is that okay, let me put it this way. Ultrasonics used to start at Volume, I believe, right? If
I
I
got
was
you.
trying to replace that road, DVX road would have been Volume, and then people would go accustomed once DVX is on the road, they start in Volume, right? So in order for DVX, the band to be in up in Gingerland, you know what had to happen? There were two established troops coming from that road. They were not available. There is probably one. I can't count Casanova because I think Casanova officially retired. But the core usually comes from that area. And then Small did it last year. You know, Delhi was the lead singer. I heard he's not in the band anymore. Smarlax is starting from Prospect. So do you understand that three things had to happen before DVX reach up to London? Three things had to happen. Three people had to say no. Well, we possibly could
I
have
got
gone
you.
that
I
same
got. I
route
understand.
with,
I got you. I got you. I got you. Of course, I understand what you're saying.
yeah.
I understand.
So
I take all
I
the guys.
don't
I just
see
only.
it.
I understand what you're
It
saying.
it. So I am saying it is nice. It is nice for me
Yes.
to go and speak to whoever the predecessor was and ask them, right? But if it is clear that at the point where I'm getting confirmation that three things had to happen, right? Why should
The truth.
anyone? Why should anyone be hating? And while I'm seeing some of the comments that saying yes, I could have called him, but we have to understand we are not dealing with someone who has not contributed. You know, every band in Nevis has been released by X-Ray on Choice Radio. Yes, am I wrong?
No, I mean back then, yeah, that's how it was. Yeah.
Every band I have pushed their music. So why this year X-Ray cannot get the benefit of the doubt? And what I am saying is that people are doing things expecting no reaction. And people right now might think it's road march ego that they're seeing a different side of me. No, it's running a business for 5 years. The longer I take to make certain decisions, the worse it is. So what I am saying, right, to put this directly, Banky, I don't disagree with you.
That's fine.
Nobody
We just a reason.
runs
We
the
just a,
long
that's
job.
fine. That's fine. Yes.
No one person owns the land job. And I can bet you if someone from the
X-ray.
countryside decide,
X-ray.
no, I
X-ray.
get how
What?
you do it. This is just how I
No,
speak, but I
no,
want
no.
to
I
finish
understand.
my
No,
point,
no, no.
Banky. I like
What I'm.
I like to finish
I
my point.
Yeah,
Remember,
but what
it's
I'm
not
saying.
just me you speaking.
No, no,
There
no.
are people on
X-ray.
the
Let,
line
let,
X-ray.
let, let,
also
let me get
listening.
Banky. Let me
I
Go
want
quiet.
to
ahead. Go ahead.
finish my
X-ray. Go ahead.
point. There are other people that I'm having a conversation with. So what I am
Go ahead.
saying, straight up,
Go ahead.
the onus is not on me to ask anybody permission or anybody
Uh-huh.
advice. That is not a
Yes.
requirement.
Yes. That's
So
fine.
the same
That
way
is
we are
fine.
saying,
Yes.
that is why I said no. That is why I said, okay, when we pass this um this phase of the long jam and I could have asked this
Yes.
person for advice and whatever. And the day of long jam, they didn't have good things to say. right? So we reached here.
Yes.
They could have remained silent. There are bands in Nevis that have booked, that said congratulations, X-Ray. We not trouble them because they have the right to remain silent. You understand? They didn't say
So what
anything
silent?
bad.
What does silent mean?
Meaning, if I have released songs before, I've booked these bands, I've booked DJs and so on.
Mm-hmm.
I can
So what does silent?
expect that
Uh-huh.
they should say, well, congratulations, X-Ray. Some of them did not. But
And,
notice
and
I have not
wait, and wait,
addressed any of
and
them.
wait, and what do you think about that?
I don't think too deeply, I don't think personal. I don't think like personally.
But you just mentioned,
People don't.
you did music for them and you expected this. You expected some said that.
No, Bankie. Don't mix up X-ray. Now I'm
What
gonna
am
mix
I
up X-ray.
Not,
That
well,
ain't
well,
what
let,
X-ray
well,
was
let's say,
saying.
if I go talk for if I stand to be within a virgin, so something my X-ray. Correct me.
But
Where's something
X-ray said
wrong?
X-ray. X-ray said
No,
X-ray.
Just
I
talk
said
for you.
I,
Yes.
I I could expect that. It would be
Good point.
nice.
That's the way the same
But
virgin. So how you just act like me talking out of
but
turn? What the man
you
say?
think you're trying to be devil. You think you're trying to be devil's advocate. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is that I
Yes.
view the fact that they didn't say anything negative as respect. I view it as okay. Okay, X-ray, but you know what this gonna mean for us? But me ain't gonna knock you. You know what I mean? Me ain't gonna knock you. Me ain't gonna knock you. So,
This thing is
therefore,
just humor.
I
This thing
am
is
not
humor.
going. I,
This thing is just
yeah, but this is
humor. Can
one
you
thing.
see why I don't?
This
So you
is
see why I don't have social media? You see why I don't have no Facebook,
yeah.
no Instagram to avoid all this petty stuff? And you see what I mean? Emotional.
I,
Cause
it,
you're very
it
emotional. You
is
see what I
not.
mean? So it's funny to me.
No. You gotta take back that talk. Me ain't gonna respect that. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I am expressing. I am expressing what is going on.
I,
You check it
I,
out.
take,
If you don't say,
I
if you don't
apologize.
say,
I apologize to X-Ray. I take back the emotional part. He's just expressing himself how he feel. And
bye
Oh,
I
you're
bye.
killing
Watch
this
ya.
guy.
X-Ray guy.
Listen. When 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 I made the song Sugar Daddy or any of my other song, and I had to express emotion.
X-ray. I take
What have
emotion
you
out of
doing?
it. X-ray. I take emotion out of it.
Hold
You
on.
just tell me apologize. No, you fucking emotion
Hold
back
on,
in the
X-ray.
equation. Just
Bro,
take out the emotion of the equation.
Hold on, X-ray. Hold
Apologize.
on, X-ray. Hold on, X-ray.
bro,
Hold on, X-ray.
what's going
I'm
on?
gonna give you,
Hey,
I'm gonna give you a
Bankie,
break, X-ray. X-ray.
wait,
X-ray. X-ray, hold
listen,
on.
listen,
Hold on. So,
hold on.
Bankie. So, what X-ray saying, right? I'll tell you what X-ray saying. X-ray saying, right?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
That, okay, he got road march, right? Okay.
Yes.
But remember you asked him a question earlier and he said he not get to that yet. So he said he getting to
Yes.
that now. Because he was saying now that he won. The same people who you say he could have asked
Of
for
course.
permission or whatever.
Yes.
They then made negative comments. And I guess that is why he's saying now that he had to respond to them. What he was saying now, the others, there were other bands and Nevis who played and so on, and maybe didn't play, but they did not say anything. They did not comment. So he was not saying that he had a problem with them not commenting. He was just saying, well,
I
he had to
understand,
this is
your
the
son.
correct.
I understand. I
So
just
do
want
you
to ask
understand?
what
Yeah,
silent mean.
I have something very important to say, right? I have something very
Okay, so you got
important
the
to say.
floor.
Aside
You
from
got the
all,
floor. Actually, no.
um, and this is not to change anybody's opinion on what is happening now, but there's a shock factor that I realize have been happening to a lot of people over the past month, where the people are not used to me expressing myself. I mean, like Banky would go to a whole show and maybe I just speak when I'm spoken to. So
Yes.
me taking command of a conversation is very shocking to people. It
You
might
see, now you better express
seem
yourself. No, I mean, I know you. I mean, and that you're
no,
allowed to express yourself. That's all it is. That's fine.
no,
You
but
see.
I just want to address it because these things that I have been even dealing with in the workplace, whereas something might happen, I might wait till two things happen and then me say, but right now we just deal with things right away. So I
Okay,
just
so what
want to
happened?
do a
So what
caveat
changed?
that
What
no
changed
matter
you to be what changed you to be like this? What changed? What
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 really
happened
happened,
lately?
I've always been like this. It's just that, I'm dealing with so many matters, maybe personally, that I just wasn't giving a certain energy directly to other people. It was more dealing with what I had to deal with in front of me. These matters have been done now. So chances are, depending on what mood I'm in, you get an answer
Mhm.
right away, good or
I
bad,
got
whatever
you.
it is. So, but basically, on the point, I just want to say, what was indicated that some people did not wish me congratulations, and I don't run them. I'll get along with them the same day. Once you did
Hmm.
not say anything negative, it's fair game. You're promoting your brand, and maybe you promoting your brand is not recognizing mine. And I look at that as, okay, this is just the rules we play by. But when you do anything that will affect my brand, and then something happens and you have an opportunity to repair it, and you don't, then on the branding level, we are enemies.
I
The
must
thing about
say,
it
I
is
must
this.
say, you're talking like do you still have political aspiration? Can you talking like a politician, you know?
I don't know about that. I don't know
Which
about
which one
that.
you don't
I
which one
need
you
to
don't
be
know about?
doing music.
Which
I
one? Which one
don't
you don't
know
know about?
about no politics. I don't know about no political aspirations.
Right.
I
Well, you
don't.
clearly hear with that. Well, you're
That's
speaking like a politician, eh? And
that's
so
a
I'm just
different
saying,
show.
you
You gotta check me in
go on.
about 5 years.
5 years,
Five
okay,
years
all right. This,
for me to speak
all right.
about politics.
Well, the aspiration is
Right,
still
right
there
now,
then. Yes, sir. It's like a trained, aspiring politician. How you talk there?
No,
I don't want to
why,
be
Huh?
inconsistent.
Now, cause remember,
you
you
know,
just said check in 5 years. We change, so nothing changes.
I
So, which means the
what
don't
I'm
want
aspiration
to
is
listening,
still
be
there.
included.
Is you said this? All
what I'm
right.
listening
Remember, you
to,
said, huh?
what I'm
We're not
listening
checking
to,
in
what I'm
5 years.
listening to, what
All
I'm
right.
listening to is the matured version of X-ray, like the
Of course.
maturity, the years of
Yeah.
Of course.
experience, coming
Yes.
out. So I'm loving it, and I'm
Yes.
glad that you are,
Yes.
you know, getting to that level, and you're expressing yourself in a way that I think, I mean, we're laughing and we're making fun of it at the same time
Yeah.
because it's always and that's what we reason anyway. But
Yes.
So this
you're
one
really addressing
lively. This one
you're
lively.
addressing some issues. You're addressing some
Ye-
issues in a very mature and professional way, and you're getting your points across. So I'm glad that you would have taken the opportunity to come on the platform and get the opportunity to express yourself and be able to, I guess, put your side and your cards on the table, so to speak. And I guess people now will be able to hear your
Mhm.
perspective. They may agree, some may disagree. But you are, getting your points across. Banky playing this thing
I'm
serious.
just I'm I'm just
Banky, what?
I see the comments. The comment section
But,
lively.
Virgin.
but
I
yeah,
Chap,
I
I
am
remember in a
I'm just
Yasan
more.
and X, remember in a whole sides in a Virgin. I just talking
Yeah,
to
yeah.
first thing extra say, old people. So me old then. Me not understand what you say. 'Cause you used
but
to be
you under
giving the
38,
old thing
you
in
over
it.
35,
No, no,
so
no.
you all,
No,
you
no.
over
He why is
35.
it? No. Me just you bringing the old thing because it mean you understand. Me just say, understand? 'Cause he's the same age, and I hope he
Yo,
accept the same old thing.
yo.
So that's cool.
I I okay. I don't put it this way to the general public. So
And
some
what
of
you
the things
say?
I'm saying right now, some of the
Yes.
things I'm saying right now, I and anybody who has been around band, these things should have been said over the mic during a band clash.
Which
Unfortunately,
true.
a lot of the things I am saying,
Yes.
cause the level of pettiness, it's within the realm of the band clash. But
Yes.
because I can have said band clash to say it,
I
I'm
got
at the
you.
interview and the topic come up. So that is where it comes in. So there's some level of banter that need to
I
happen.
got you.
You
I got you. I
understand?
got you.
So,
It's funny to me.
so
It's
that,
funny to
that, that,
me.
that, that's why the thing. Well, entertainment is entertainment,
That's the whole.
Yes,
That's the whole
yes,
point.
Entertainment,
yes,
entertainment
Yes.
is
yes.
entertainment. So
But you see,
I
yes.
would say Go ahead.
No, just saying some don't take it personal, but for me, these things are funny, eh? And
That's
it's
why. That's why I
that's
gave
it.
the.
And yes,
Yeah, that's why I stopped and I said, just know that after the interview, like me in my personal capacity, whether you, Yahsonn, any names that were mentioned, whatever could call me anytime, make sure I need a bunk. You know what I mean?
of
I say I
course,
got room for
of
you. You
course, of course.
understand? But media
Definitely.
wise, band wise, once I am
Son.
X-ray and they are
That's
whatever the
business. That's
alias is,
business. That's business. It's
yeah.
business.
So I
Right.
want
Right.
people to know that that's very clear. Even when DJs, um, even 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 when DJs ask, well, what are the songs for the Culturama seasons? You know, my DJ friends away. I give them the full list with everybody's songs in it, as I usually do. So don't think it's something that, oh man, this because at the end of the day, Nevis is a
Well,
collective and I market it.
yes, and
The only thing I would do though is that
yes.
when I send out the list, I put 2026 road match, DVX at the top, away from everybody else. And then
Well, watch
I
it.
list you. That's the only thing I could say.
Let me be the first and Real Entertainment Network to say congratulations to you, Nokia, Pinocchio, and all the rest of the team that for doing the first ever long jump for and you guys, and you guys pulled it off. So I mean, it's something good, and it's all about the experience. You see what I mean? It's not just about the crowd. It's experience, and it's something that is memorable, and so it's kudos. I mean, these things between you and
Yeah,
the fans and them, these things will happen. And these will happen, and all this stuff. Me not get involved in things. It's all about a part of
Banky,
it for the years, and
Banky,
that's not going to
the,
change. Yeah.
Banky, them guys tell me those people who are jamming with us, they told me they're gonna get me the road match, you know. At the roundabout, I'm gonna tell you,
So
we
what it takes to get
had
the road match? What does it
Raskin.
take to get the road match?
Well, the
So you,
criteria is there. I have to
so
post the
so you
criteria.
mean so small acts was match, and the other bands when you go in the road match to the road match, you mean?
Yeah, the other artists were backed by Ketty was backed by Collision. Delhi was backed by Smarlack. I think
So all
Jeezy's
those
father
competing
was
for the
backed
road
by
match.
Smarlack.
So you
Yeah,
supersede all these, so you supersede all these bands, these
but
big 50 years.
of course,
Man, you need a standing
of course.
ovation, man, Virgin. That's how you put it to me. You
Yeah,
have set the
man.
story. You have
That is
story. Me
what
no
I
say
said.
no. Me not get the.
That
I
is
didn't know.
what
I thought it was just the Nevis band in the road match because you're the only Nevis band. So you come road.
no.
So how me supposed to know
It's a big
that?
upset.
No,
It's
I
a
just
big
figure
upset.
you're the only Nevis band, and you come. But you're not a competition. Me know you compete with Smarlax and Collision and all them other bands on the road. I didn't know it was like that.
They, they were back to be completely what is it,
I got you.
transparent. They were artists backed by these larger bands, these more
I got you. Of
established bands,
course. Of course.
and
I
that
got you. Of
so
course.
so that is
I
why
got you.
in my royal pettiness, people
Yes, man.
need to
That's where the
go
man feels so
and the
bright. That's where
status.
you supposed to make ask you why you
Like,
smile. Come here, so like the only Nevis band and they get road match and the man go on. So the extra, but me understand now why you feel so bright now. So
because
I
because
see.
it go,
Of
because it's
course,
going to go down in history.
I
DVX
got
do
it. I
road
got it.
do land jam once, get the road match the first time against more established bands. Well, artists, more established artists too. So
Yeah,
they
because
can't
nobody
smile
know
up the
your
road match.
part. Yeah, man, they
Huh?
can't smile
That's
it.
why
Can't smile it.
they can't smile up the road match,
They can't smile
Frankie.
it up. They can't smile it up.
So this is
Well, I
why.
got it. Well, I
That
got it.
is
I
why.
got it now. I
That is
understand it
why
now.
I say. That's why I say. I'm going to call myself on this issue by royal pettiness. They have to go back at their status and fix it because it's not the
I got
norm.
you.
It's not the norm. So
Yes, and I can.
to make it worse, I just want to finish this. So
Yes.
we're doing this long job. People don't even know we are back. We have a amount of people, right? Coming up as this back by established and road march champions, past road march champions, and the national level, and we win. and you want to smile up my road march? It cannot happen.
No, sir. No, it
It
can't
cannot
happen. It can't
happen.
happen.
But X-ray,
Can't
but
happen.
X-ray,
If you
X-ray.
if you see me very
You,
robust right now, it's not just the
yeah.
win. It's not just the win. It's because I actively see that there are people that don't want to acknowledge it. So if you don't acknowledge the present, I have to exert more force because I'm here the
Okay.
champion.
Okay.
It's my
I can give
world.
kudos to you. I can give
You
kudos to you.
understand?
But you gotta realize
Yeah,
too. Gotta be genuine. Yes, your band is young, but age, but you guys are professionals in your age at the same time, and you're and Pinocchio is well established, to entertain. You also is not no young chicken in the mic. So don't act as
definitely
if
not.
like you need you understand compassion. No, you do. So if the competition is stiff with our veterans inside there and you win. That's it. That's fine. That's fair. You see what I mean? That's fair.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, but I didn't really understand when they said DVX. When I figured, well, it was just choosing Nevis band. There was no other competition. I
Yeah.
didn't know the other band, but which is fine, which is good. And I mean, and anyone
Oh
should just
man.
send out kudos to you and stuff like that. And that's fair. That's fair. So,
Okay.
and in a sense,
You
yes.
know, I put
Okay.
the
So
matter
now
this way.
forward. So,
Basically, yeah. Okay,
you
continue.
know what to say?
Go ahead.
No, just saying. So now forward. What are the plans? Thing coming up in St. Kitts, sugar and stuff like that. What for DVX and the road march champion? That's
Well,
all I can stand
definitely we're
by.
gonna get.
That's the
Yeah, that
song.
might be for next year. It might be hands up for the road march, you know. But anyway, definitely I'm gonna bring out a lot more music. I have to get the music for the band and Spotify and the various streaming platforms. We on the management level, we want to secure trustworthy booking agents in certain islands. Well, it's me for Nevis, everybody know me. We get one for Saint Kitts to really push the brand. I have some people in St. Martin. When you're gonna see them soon. And so we're gonna push forward in that capacity. Also, we can't lose this team with Tino. We're here to support endeavors, whether he's going to go into markets, Tino achieve his first road match in Nevis with DVX the band, because he was singing the song. Me and him both we sang the song. So we're going to support him on the national level. Who knows? We might try to go on the road, but we have to see how much momentum we're able to build up. Right now, we have to get a proper structure. For the band, some members are in Saint, some members are in Nevis, so practicing with the increased board fees would be a little more difficult. Um, so we just planning, but we're gonna get a lot of music. I could promise you that. You're going to get a lot of music. Customarily, I always use on my own. I used to release at least 4 tracks a year. Recently too, and I'll address this because some of the veterans have been saying lately my songs have been chants. I would say I did that for two reasons. Two reasons. One, I did not have any time. I'm working basically 12 hours a day at Five Trees. JT the band is DVX the band. I've been working 12 hours a day, nearly 7 days a week at Five Trees. There isn't much time for me to put a lot of effort into music. And the second thing is, I'm a very deep thinker, and in the starting of my career, I was putting a lot of work into one song. And in this day and age, the people them don't want any packed food so easy. They want fast food, if I may put it that way. So I broke down the songs. I broke down the songs to something that was palatable, and that was also one of the reasons we won Road March too. Because if you heard the song for the first time in Gingerland, because it's so easy to recite and learn and so simple. By the time we reach Charlestown, you're singing it word for word. So I'm gonna find a balance in between how much lyrics I put in and a little more melody. But there's just gonna be a lot more music, a lot more publishing. We have to do some music videos. We have quite a lot to do. I am treating this like we are a fresh band, and we have to be hungry. We have to do twice the amount of work as the bigger bands. We have to. We have to. I am going to be doing more interviews again, releasing the music properly, and with Pino and with Divi and with Pakala, these people coming from take it Dominica. We have two members from Dominica. We're gonna blend. We're gonna blend everything, all the different fan bases that we all have, and then create something lasting. Yeah.
I guess it will be time. It's about that time we take a commercial break. Um,
Yeah. We are going to the
okay,
break
yeah.
now,
Are
and
you
then we'll
ready? We're
come.
talking. Yeah, we're gonna take a
Yes,
break
we
and
might
then
just
we'll be
start.
back. Yes. Give thanks, people.
Beat the summer heat. Come and get your carambola, star fruit, make very nice drink. Come pick them yourself. All the trees them full of vitamin C, antioxidant, build up your immune system. Mine's the last stop. A whole shopping bag only $10. Half a shopping bag you pay $5. If you get $2, you must get some. Come get your carambola. Don't want to go to wait. Let's go, people.
When comfort, class, and reliability matter, choose the ride that delivers more. Imperial Rides Transportation Services, where every journey is treated like royalty. From airport transfers, private events, shopping trips, island tours, and executive travel, Imperial Rides moves you in style, clean, comfortable, on time, every time. Book your premium taxi or tour service today. Call or WhatsApp 869-665-8459 or email elandflavas@gmail.com. Imperial Rides Transportation Services. Your journey, our priority.
Discovery Den is more than a business to me. It's a passion project inspired by experiences as both a CPA and a mother. Today, my mission is to provide a welcoming space where children can discover, create, imagine, and grow through play, while giving parents the confidence that every experience is designed to nurture their child's development. I believe that every child deserves the opportunity to discover their potential, and I'm honored to bring the opportunity to families in Nevis through the Discovery Den.
don't wonder who it is. Yes, they want the escape back.
She said if you not got the money.
You man, do it him tough, man. Do it him tough. You do him tough, X-Ray.
Yeah,
I hear this song all the
yeah,
time,
man.
and Sugar Bowl when you playing and stuff like that, and throughout the day and when
Yeah.
freedom from all the time. But I really didn't know. We just hope to sing this song. Catch the hook is very easy.
Man.
That but just saying, yeah, man, I love it. But didn't know,
Yeah,
yeah,
man,
man,
good
big up
vibes.
yourself.
Good vibes.
When I
And
hear it,
the sweet part
when I
about
hear
it,
it, I said,
right?
huh? When I
The
hear it, I
sweet
said, the
part
song
about
going
it is
far.
happy.
I know the song that I hear going far, and I didn't know it was, and so I know it. Yeah, nice.
The sweet part about it is that we made this song, and then a few things happening in St. Kitts Nevis that made this song more popular. When the
Like
time
what?
it came out.
What happened?
Boy, then I had some issue with some account, some funds being taken from some accounts and some taxi drivers and this and that.
Oh, okay, I remember
It's
the
it's
story. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
something.
remember the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think it came
Okay.
out a couple weeks after. So people thought that I made it for that, but that's a chant I had in my in my life before years. That rhythm was made maybe 9 years ago.
Okay.
Really?
Well, before we get
Yeah.
ahead of ourselves, I want to let the folks know. I want to welcome everybody back to part two of the topics. We want to thank all of you who have been with us. Making your comments and so on. We're gonna get into some of the comments in a bit, but we also want to encourage folks to call in if you want to, weigh in on the discussion so far. You want to give some congratulations to X-Ray and the DVX band and their, on their victory, the road march victory, and the first time doing the long jam. I guess a lot of folks didn't even know that there was a long jam because I was talking to some people and that day, and they were saying as far as they know that there was no long jam and all that. Anyway, I'm glad to hear that, and I'm glad to hear, over all of the years, X-Ray, because I know you from even back in the day when I was working on Van Radio. I recall, you bringing music over there and I playing your music and telling you and, encouraging you and telling you by, one of these days, I think your music is underrated, because a lot of the times you never really was known, so to speak, as a band, like that. And, the
Jesus.
music will come out, but you were like a no-name artist, so to speak, so you never get the kind of ratings. One or two songs came out and they were there, but because you were not like a, Ultimate or Ultra Banner, Odyssey Banner, one of those bands, you were just
Yeah.
like under the radar. So
Yes.
people may not know all of that, but now I guess they'll be paying a little bit more attention to you because, well, you and the band now have
For
reached a
sure.
level where you catch a road march. And again, a number of things that you pointed out, including now the fact that you said that it is also Pinocchio's first road march as well. So that's a kind of a history in the sense that he is getting road march, not so to speak, and St. Kitts, where he's more popularly known and where he functions from, but he was able to share in the success with you and the other members of the DVX band and so on. So, kudos, Pinocchio, kudos, and I must congratulate you myself from here and Real Entertainment Network, for a job well done. I mean, I know you personally, I know your, mentality when it comes to the music and your passion when it comes to the music, and you're a kind of guy, like when we decide to do something, we set our minds to it and we do it. Sometimes it doesn't matter what, we're going to do it. We say we're going to do it and we do it. And so you have stuck to it
Hey,
and you're seeing the rewards, you know? Um,
yeah. Yeah. So as you said, so right. I just tell people, I select for what the guy for Stone Love was. Um, in
Worry
St.
GFOS,
and
Kitts.
Nico Bam Bam.
GFOS.
D first.
GFOS. When we did the show, you mean in Red Onion, when we had
St.
Red Onion,
Kitts.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I
And
didn't even
so
remember that. I didn't even remember that. But
yes.
yeah, so you say it.
So
Yeah.
I I would say part of what you just said was my fault because I never believed I was a good performer on a stage show. On a stage show. I always felt that in the band world, I'm more of a street guy, the guy that come out and Juve man, and sort of like Imran in Smarlax. He would disappear and appear. Um, I'm more of a street person, you know. However, recently I have the confidence to do stage show, but Pino is the lead, so you might not see it right away. But it was my fault. I was holding myself back. There's a lot of things that I was holding myself back with. And it's because I had to take over 5 trees on my own, and I had to be in the kitchen. In a kitchen, never thought. When 5 trees start, I wouldn't flip an egg. I know, in there doing 6, 8 burgers at the same time. Some people would even say, boy, if action of them ain't really want nothing right now, no. So what I said to myself after managing that for so long, I said, if I'm here doing the things that I never thought I would be good at, what can stop me in music? And so that's the mindset I came in with DVX 2, 3 months ago. That if I have been doing all this outside of my comfort zone, because I'm operating 5 trees outside of my comfort zone. There has been no entertainment for a year and a half, nearly 2 years now. So when I came back into music, it was like, we're dealing with this right now. This is the song that needs to be coming out. This is what we're gonna do. I had a lot of support from the 5 trees staff with this roadmap. I had a lot of support from all the members in the band. I'm gonna highlight Travis the most. No, Travis. I am positive Travis has never hold a mic in his life until Tuesday morning. Maybe a practice session here and there, but he is positive. Now, of course, as somebody new, a few to mistake, but the energy Travis was bringing to the bandstand, and we believe in vibration. So I feel like Travis really had the band like, yeah, he's a big band enough. We don't care the size of the crowd. We a big band coming into town. So I must big up these people. And going back to the story where I said these guys are gonna win me the roadmap. When I came down after the trailer and Ras Kelly was playing, a set of guys approached me and they said, boy, we got to get this roadmap. We got to get, so this is at Delta gas station, right? We got to get this roadmap. I said, okay, I don't know how we gonna get it. I don't know. But they were having a good time, so they tell me so. Yahsonn, Bankie, doing the judging. Tell me how 5 trees fetters get up in the name tree in ETW Park.
Gary, somebody went on the wall
Up in
and
the
put him up
tree.
there. How is it up there?
They're
People
in
up
the
on the
tree,
wall
Bankie.
in the tree.
They're in the tree, Bankie.
Really? So bad
I,
again, man.
I so nice, right? I just singing this song and stuff. Sugar daddy, shake up the tree. Sugar daddy, shake up the tree. I see that. I say, boy, it ain't just my watch. I'm gonna tell you a funny point too, right? Because Pino is the lead, I know usually they indicate when they're gonna start the judging, right? So most likely they indicated to Pino and not me. So I think that I warming up the crowd with the hand up and the wave them and the bush and everything. I think I warming up the crowd. When I asked over the mic, where the judges? We don't pass the judges. A good while over. That's how
You
hype the
really was.
session was.
Yes, yes. Well, that is good.
We were
You
having
understand? I
a
mean,
fundamental time, and 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 for me personally, I think at that point of the Juve, I was the most unserious person in not even 2 years, 5 years, maybe 7. You understand? I had not one care in the world at that point in time. So for me, the road match is special because for my own mentality.
Yes.
I had seen like X-ray again, not the but X-ray in that moment. And that's why I say, I believe in God, and I believe God had it that I didn't know if we were judging, so I wouldn't think too much, you know. So me and Pino just rooting, and then Divi harmonizing, Travis giving the good vibes all over. I didn't know where he were, but we're having a good time. So that thing, that road match moment is very special, not because of the trophy and the prize money and whatever. The moment it was synergy, everybody who did that long jam decided that DVX should win road match. Because now at the end of the day too, even if you could say whatever crowd was there or not, it will go down in history that if you hear X-Ray only had 50 people, 15, 75, and you see the road match results come out, a 25-point lead, you know every person in that band was having a very good time. It had
That's
to
right.
be.
That's right.
It had to be. It had to be. So, I would say that
Come on,
straight,
it's a
but,
great,
No,
Yahsonn.
extra.
It's a great
Oh,
achievement, and I
I
know
want to,
anything Pinocchio tend to come out special, and with yourself and all the
yeah,
team, and
man.
everybody had a good time.
but what
And
I
I'm
want to
glad.
do,
Go ahead.
what I want to do right now, right, X-Ray and Banky, I'm gonna take in some of the comments. But before I do that, I want to announce the number so that folks will call. If you want to call in and congratulate X-Ray, the number is 6627196. That's 1-869-662-7196 if you want to weigh in on the conversation, and if you want to congratulate X-Ray and the DVX band, on the road march victory and on the long jam. And if you were part of the session too and you want to share your experience, call in and be a part of it. Let's, support the young blood and support the young people. In the meantime, as we do that, I want to encourage you to take 10 minutes. If you're live and locked in with us, if you're a new listener, go on over to the Facebook platform, subscribe, like, click on the notification bell if you're on Facebook. Do the same. If you're on Facebook, go over to the YouTube too, because Facebook, they cut the video after a month, but the video will be on YouTube for perpetuity. Well, at least for now. And at least, you could go back always and listen to it and continue to share it. So take 10 seconds while we're actually reading out the comments, and you can do that. In the meantime, on the Facebook, we've got Ruthlin Hill saying good evening, greetings from Florida. Jasbo says, yo, X-Ray, are you? Jetty Taylor says, me
Partner in
bye,
crime.
X-Ray. Jetty Taylor says, X-Ray and Bankie back together again. Aaron Heiliger says,
Yeah.
Bankie need a crash course. I guess you're talking about when we're talking about the internet and stuff, 'cause Bankie ain't really on no social media and stuff. But anyway, Keisha Hobson says, I agree with you, X-Ray. Gigi Williams Keith says, well then, and there, since you and Corey good, nothing was wrong if you reach out and ask for advice on the long jam. I don't think it was anything towards your band. Last year ain't an SK band play for the long jam. Okay, so, but I guess you explain all of that anyway. Banky, you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
on your focus like me. We are is not so young no more, LOL. Um, yeah, call it weeks. LOL, are you to tie up? Arian Heiliger says
If you put anyone know, it's a
it's,
be funny.
it's special for X-Ray. It's special for X-Ray. Anuska says, you go cause, express yourself. Call it, yeah, everybody laughing now. People having fun tonight. KK says,
Yeah,
what did I
man.
miss? He talking in codes. What is the topic tonight? Rodweek Lewis says X-Ray. Them fellas got you in the bullpen. Banky, take it easy on me. Bye. People from St. Martin. Enjoying the show.
Buddy, big up
Eliv,
yourself. You're the madam down there.
Elivelton. Well, something de Brazil. So that's some kind of Spanish, I think. But I don't. No comprende mucho español. No comprende. Anyway, Anuska says, LOL Banky got jokes. That's why he face so bright. LOL. Um,
Yes.
Anuska says, yes, St. Martin. Betty Taylor says, what's the band name? Got to look up on YouTube. So we did say that DVX the band. Jetty Taylor says type the name, so put in the name. Okay, so yeah, maybe you could do that extra in the meantime. Type in the name of your band so that folks who are listening could go. Oh, I see you put in. You look like you put in something in there. That was the YouTube song you put in already. I
The
guess
link.
so.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the link. Okay, wonderful. Could the song be played on the podcast for the first time listeners? We did that already, and I guess probably maybe we could do that, at another point. Okay, play a bit of the Road March song for us to hear. Okay, but that's part of the request. Jetty Taylor says, watching them on YouTube, them fellows jamming. Jetty Taylor said, damn, X-Ray, the song after me, Sugar Daddy.
After him. Yeah.
um,
Booba said the same thing too.
Rollins Errol says song sounds okay. Elivelton, more Spanish, so yeah, no comprendo mucho español, poquito español. Gigi LOL, or it says Portuguese, it's not Spanish, it's Portuguese. DVX the band, okay, so over on the YouTube side of things now. On the YouTube side of things, Oliver Labert says, hi, good night, things. I am here. Gotti Brown says, can EU. Danny Herb says, blessed evening, just got in, respect. Jessica Jarrett says, LOL, my friend X-Ray. Take it easy. Anyway, the show is lovely. Surfhead Island Gems. Think it's a Nevis. Okay, Carlisle Paris says, X-Ray, I congratulations on the win and continual success going forward, especially developing the marketing format for the band. Mighty Servant says, enough respect to Raynaldon. Love to see our young men being strong and respectful. One advice to him and lots of other artists on Nevis to bring out social issues to balance with the jump and wine. So that's his advice to say,
Yeah.
add some social issues to the jump and wine, not just walk up and party. Okay, I hear that. Jessica Jarrett said, really, friend, I need one too. Well, I don't remember exactly what the point is. Congratulations, my friend, nothing but the best. Only up. Really nice. All the best to you and your group. Carlisle Paris says, yeah, man, big up yourself on the road march. On the road march win. Go get some gigs in the different islands for the experience to build up your resume. Yeah, man. So, positive advice you're getting, people listening.
Yes, and yes, and I just want to big up the whole Culturama crew because it's a lot of work goes into this thing. So I got to big up Keish and Jermaine and Swain and all those volunteers because people don't give up their time for, you understand? And so when people give up their time, you don't get a lot of backlash and stuff, but at the end of the day, call it at the end of the day, when it well down to it. And it shows that actually them had fun. It might not make you have 10 doesn't mean you're going to win. It mean is the coordination of everybody get along, everybody into it genuinely, and these are things judges look for, and they fit the criteria and they want. So just big up Keish, my good friend, you understand, who always putting her best effort out, and I think her daughter didn't want to show us a pageant at one of those shows also. I think so. Anyway, but congratulations to her. I mean, her that show. So I think she a place. But Keish, big up yourself and John and all the rest. And us was going to health issues, and we wish them and his family speedy recovery and stuff like that. But so you have done well, and you all should be. So I was asking, how is Pino receiving this role and the other band members?
Boy, to be honest, Pino worked hard during the season, especially the last couple of days, because he would have been with Iconic Mass on Parade Day, being the hype man, and then he would have come and sing with DVX for last lap. We were at Herbert's Beach after Juvie, right? So I tell you that, right? But there was a few mishaps in between, and I think Pino was a bit frustrated when he went back home, eh? But then when the results dropped, that's it. You know, say, well, okay, any frustration out the door. He started marketing, and was a big part of the marketing because
Yes.
to be honest, what DVX is like Pino's network merged with the Five Trees network to form the band.
I got you. Yes.
So yeah, that was really good. So for me, I personally, even on a personal note, I commit to what Pino is doing because his aspirations, he deserves it at least once, you know. So at the end of the day, when he retires, there must be, when he has a roadmap, there must be a soca monarch crown. We don't know when it's going to come, but
So what I mean, you
that is the next
you a
chapter.
Ghanaian, so you're going to be going for Soca Monarch, you mean? That's what you're
No,
hinting?
man, no, man. I am a street man. I am a street
Oh,
man.
so
Pino
Pino, you mean?
is the
Pino,
competitor.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he have his
Maybe
followers, he have
Java.
his fans and stuff like that, and he's a very talented.
Yeah.
So anything is possible.
Yeah.
Yes, and that is what I love to
Only
see within.
structured and
No,
right?
just saying, there's a lot of talent is around here in St. Kitts Nevis. What is in the
Mm.
band, the dance hall, or the kind of how them guys sing, rapping and different stuff like that. A lot of beautiful talent. It's just the avenue and stuff they need and the exposure, which in the beginning, so Sister Sensei, they've been doing her thing and called show that the Topiks. So, and White Sand. So, is your turn to shine and Pino. And so, you all just going to go far and further and further. You all keep you all
I
head and
actually
everything will
want
hold.
I actually want to talk about that before we leave, not just DVX, part of this upset, a lot of people would ask like why extra in a kind of way, and it's not a hating thing. It's more of, as your son would know more than your bank because that's what did it in school. Every part of the journey from school
Yes.
band until grown man. What there are people who could sing better than me. There's people maybe could produce better than me, but I am the only one trying. There's a lot of young people right now. They want to be superstars, but they don't want to go through the agony of, that ain't so good. They don't want to go through the agony of buy code small. And I'm not saying you're gonna wish for that, but that is a part of the journey. That's where the skills come from. So right now, I feel like Nevis has a problem, like a confidence problem within the artist. They want like a red carpet to be rolled out for them without earning it. Right now, I could say something I want to mention. DVX was able to do this upset, yes, because the Culturama community is paying for a sound system for a band, right, to go on the road. It was not like that before. So right now we're supposed to see a lot of different bands springing up. But here's the catch. I could not, as X-Ray say, Swim, I want to go on the road. Me, in my capacity as Five Trees band lounge owner, said, hey, we will do a Juve troop and DVX will be our band. That's the thing. So I know there's a lot of band politics and real politics involved, right? But I'm just saying, I am very thankful that at the end of the Juve and the parade day, yes, I have to worry about my bar, my bartenders, my workers, the mobile bar. But the bulk of the expense was covered by the Culturama committee, and that is something that people take lightly, but it does not happen in St. Kitts. There is no way that DVX the band could have got this upset roadmap without that facility in place. But
So in St. Kitts,
equally,
you're saying that in St. Kitts, Juve morning, they have to pay for their band, and like in Nevis, the Culturama committee cover the cost.
they're on their own.
Oh,
The
really?
bands and the trailer, the system, they're on their own. I think
Really?
recently through their St. Band Association, they just started getting a partial payment. But we in Nevis, we have the luxury. Well, you have to meet the requisite um yeah
So
the
coming up from
requirements.
St.
Yes.
Kitts, those band coming up from St. Kitts, is the Culturama committee
No,
band had their own
Culturama
troop?
cover them
And the,
once, but that you have to be chosen by a troop. That's the catch.
uh-huh.
Fortunately for me, I have 5 trees, so that's a cheat code per se. But so that's what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, right? Let's say the Culturama committee probably would have had to spend about 15 grand for the truck trailer system per day, right? Me now, probably maybe would have to spend that same amount over the 2 days because I did two troops, you
Yes.
know. But at least my contribution now, is valuable because that money now, when I finish pay my workers, when I finish pay the truckman, and everything, that money is going straight into whatever festivities is left for Culturama. I go straight into Nevis economy. I feel like that people need to understand that they have to make a contribution, because the expense that they take off of us. When I speak to
Of
people
course.
like
Of
Judith
course.
Leiber, who used to manage the Ultrasonics band, and you might not give me figures, but I could calculate by my own doing now, like how much money she would have spent with Ultrasonic. And even speaking to Lalbo when I was younger and around the Ultimate Band, and these people would have taken loans and so on. And then here I come. I don't necessarily have to buy a whole entire system to go on the road. Yeah, that's so Nevis now. That money they get during the Culturama season would help them to maintain the sound, and then they could make the profit elsewhere. But the point is, I'm trying to say to a lot of younger people, you have to make a risk too. There's
You gotta put in the
sacrifices
time.
that
You
have
gotta
to
put in
be
the time. You
made.
gotta put in the time. You just gotta put in the
Yeah,
time.
the sacrifice.
That's just how it is. To
You
come
if you
good,
try.
you gotta put in hours. You gotta put in
Mhm.
the hours, and that's how you come great. It don't happen overnight, my virgin. You
Yeah,
just gotta put in the time.
yeah,
You know,
definitely.
but once you put payoff, it's consistency, and you put in the time,
Because
and it worked off, and you must be commended for that.
yeah, but I want to encourage other people because Nevis has the talent right now. Javier Barrett is the rhythm man for Collision. You know,
Yeah, man. Big up
um,
yourself, young
and
Scobie.
for me, that's a big accomplishment because you have to understand now that in 1 year, X-Ray was the rhythm man. Sorry. X-Ray was the rhythm man for Smaller. Same year, Javi became the rhythm man for Collision. So it's not a once in a lifetime thing. Two in the same year. And of course, now I came out and went into DVX, but I win road match. So right now, I think I was explaining to one of my friends in St. Kitts today that the band scene is no longer to me S think it's versus Nevis. Everything is mixing and blending.
Yes, yes.
Boca is playing for Collision also from the Greenhouse band. So right now I really, really, really like to see that. But to bring out balance in Nevis, you have to take risks because um you can't sit and wait. And I find a lot of artists waiting for maybe a bigger band to pick them up and so on. And that may happen. But if you keep trying by yourself, by the time you reach a big band, then you know exactly what to do. And then your reign could be a little longer because there's a lot of artists that went into bigger bands early and right now they're struggling. And me, the late bloomer, I'm just basically scratching the surface. But there's so many things that were built. Like Five Trees as a bar is there as a promotion. There's Five Trees Fetters that were banned this year. We're doing 2 days, Juve and Parade. And that's something we're gonna continue next year. So I just find like there are facilities in place. And I don't have it as rough as even Swain in his time, Roper, X-Man, that from Casanova, well, now the X Factor, I Ted the Lust, all these people, I don't have it as hard as them. And that is
Okay, we got a little breaking in there from X-Ray. But I'll take this time as that happened to, encourage folks who are logged on to subscribe to the platform, click on the notification bell, and remember the number to call in if you want to, congratulate X-Ray. You just want to weigh in on the program, 1-869-662-7196. I know sometimes people wait until the last minute to call in and so on. So now you get a time, make use of that time, be concise, get your point across, and let's enjoy the show. X-Ray, it's really a pleasure hearing you and hearing the maturity in your voice and how you're defending yourself and expressing yourself. Again, I want to congratulate you and congratulate the DVX band. the work you're putting in and the updates you're giving us in terms of the music. Because, in my case, a lot of these things I am not, up to date with in terms of the band, politics and all what's going on with the different bands and so on. I think that Javian Barrett you're talking about is Scooby's son, right? That's the young youth there from
Yes.
Hollywood. Yeah, man. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. Middle students. I mean, I love to see how y'all, doing what y'all doing. I'm really proud of y'all. So just keep at it. You know, it's a proud moment, and I really feel it, and I just want to encourage you to continue to. No, and I use a phrase there, but I'm gonna use this one. Don't let the detractors and so like hold you back.
Fine.
Stay focused. Stay positive. You'll get negative feedback sometimes, but them things make you stronger. They say the critics and so
Listen,
just take the critics and turn it into positive energy. Go ahead.
contrary to popular belief, I'm very competitive. So I don't like when certain things happen. It does make a kind of thing in me that I like. We're doing the band thing, not personally, but if I am doing a band soca project, I am very, very competitive. People wouldn't believe because they haven't gotten that energy out of me for several years, but I am. So again, as I tell you, I wouldn't take it personally. I said, why you said that? I'm gonna write a song for you next year. So
Nice.
I'm
Good
that kind
vibe.
of thing. I think it's running up to the end of the show, I guess. So I just really want to thank people for the support over the years. Five trees, DVX, extra, everything. I'm not really saying goodbye, but I know you're running up on the hour. I'm not so sure how the show runs. So, the last thing I would like to say is a comment I did make on a blog the other day that we as the Nevis artists and the bands we need to organize our music and put it into one place. That is the problem. I said that clearly. Because what is happening before, I've been DJing since 2010, 2009 on radio. So before, that usually only the bands and established Calypsonians get out music. So when you get ultrasonic band album, and most of the bands used to release an album, at least 6 to 8, maybe 12 tracks, right?
Say we
So
got
when
Cardio coming in for
ultrasonic
you next
release,
week.
oh, okay, then, no problem.
Coming in, welcome to the topics. Good night.
Hey, Bankie, I came home and I see how science and them in the area, and I know they've been cleaning up. The place after Culturama. Every year they've been doing it for years.
Over 30 years science to do that.
So I just want to big up them Culturama clean up.
Yes,
I know they've been doing it for a long
Yeah,
time.
man.
Coming home and seeing the man doing it, I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
that's small.
Yes, true.
So big up my science and them guys. The Culturama clean up team, them guys, man. Need more recognition, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's a good looking way with that. Definitely. Good looking out, Virgin. Yeah, man, big up yourself on that. Yes, yeah, man. Give our next caller coming in, Yahsonn. Caller, good evening. Welcome to
Yeah. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, gentlemen. This is Roddy calling from Finland.
Hey, what's up, man? For the culture season.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I just wanted to chime in a bit about some of what X-Ray was saying or Raynaldon was saying. I totally agree with what he was saying a while ago pertaining to encouraging the younger ones or even artists in general. They have the talent in the one. They should really go and do their thing. See, you get a song, you have a song in mind, and you bring out something. You shouldn't wait on you to have something perfect. Continue doing what you're doing. One of the things I've noticed over late, here at Martin, is that we start to have this kind of flux of influx, meaning a lot of the local guys then they coming out and doing their solos. They come out doing solos. So a lot of people are not really focusing on just doing bands. You know, those who want to do a band, do a band. It's not these guys not waiting to be joined by a band anymore. They don't feel okay. You know what? I could do my thing, and they come out with this so on. And the competitions that we have here also helps a lot. You know, so because of the competition and it kind of encourages people as well to say, you know what, talent to sing or I have an idea of a song, they come out and do their thing. One of our biggest here is it happens now. I think it's the third year. It's a concert, and that's a concert that was the idea comes from King James as one of our soca artists. So it's a show, it's Concert X, King James and Friends, and that show, biggest show, happens every year, and all the artists in general are local. There are a few invited guests that come in, but the majority of the artists is local. These guys put a show out of this world. Like, it comes from anywhere international.
Good vibes.
For sure. And it goes fast. It's like, I mean, one guy come out, he sing a song, by the time you catch yourself, and it just, the music goes for about 4 guys from song to song to song to song, artist to artist to artist to artist. Just like that, non-stop. So, with all that said, with Arlo, you know, I agree totally what you're saying. Keep doing what you're doing. Congratulations again. And yeah, for those out there listening, if you have the time, just do something. You don't just have fun. Have fun. You don't have to to anybody. Just by having fun, do it, and you never know where you will get out of it. All right, gentlemen?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Give thanks for the call. Greatly appreciated.
All right, cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Big up the same artist, massive, you know, because of them. Yeah. So I was saying that where was I again, boy? I get it all already. I'm so excited. I get happy to hear my cousin their voice. But I was saying, oh yes, we need to compile everything because what has happened when I started DJing. By the time I go through the Ultrasonic Ultimate Odyssey exhibit, Casanova album, we talking about 40, 50 songs right there. Right now, there weren't much artists at that time. It's changing. So the DJs and the bloggers can't really go to one source because remember the bands them kind of operate like a label because I would use Ultrasonics, but everybody know that was my favorite band. And they had the most singers that passed through. So let me use Odyssey instead. You know you have Easy, you have Bella, you have the bassman Kewana now that is making track. You have Jawa. Spain is producing. That's like a record label. So basically, when you check Odyssey, you're checking 4 singers one time, 4 artists. You know what I'm saying? So now it happens that Russ Brown and Rocco is on his own. Delhi is now over here. DVX, the band, technically coming into Culturama, we were artists, not just linked. So you have 5 Star Pino and X-Ray over here, and then Divi over here. So that is a problem where, you know, a lot of people are saying that the music in Nevis is dying. Yes, it is slower. Yes, it is slower. But the amount of songs being produced, to me, is not significantly lower. It's just that we have gone into an artist culture. So whereas in dancehall and soca, even Booyah, there's this page called More Zero. And I know I would see a specific set of artists there. And then there are pages that, you know, would reshare what the different artists in Dominica are putting out. I could go one place and find 10, 20, 30 people. I think we need that here. You know, I made a comment on the OB's post saying the same thing. And as I close, if with Bankie's permission, maybe a little more controversial. Post was saying music has dropped significantly. and that is the suggestion I made. However, I also indicated on that post, well, this is the first time in 4 years he hasn't posted road march results. And to be very frank and clear, he never used to post my music when I sent it to him. And this is not any hatred within it. But, I basically said these are things that would discourage artists from sending the music. He used to do a top 10 countdown. He didn't do it this year. So we can't put all the blame on the
Who you
artists
mean?
and the musicians.
But who you speaking to? With the top 10?
Oh yeah, Obi. I commented on Obi. Obi usually do a top 10. Am I wrong? You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Usually does the same. He usually do.
In all fairness, X-Ray. I'm seeing if X-Ray gets if it wasn't or they still there. In all fairness, this year Culturama, and I guess in Culturama for a couple of years as well. Like, okay, a lot of the bands don't do CDs anymore, right? We haven't seen CDs coming out. So you would have had more music when CDs were out, because like I guess the radio stations would have had them and so on. You don't get a lot of that. And this year specifically, because there wasn't so much bands on the road, like you mentioned, we only heard, I think, one or two from Odyssey. One, I think you said Ultrasonics did one, or Tebelus did one, or something like that. So there wasn't a lot, because also
you only want one song. But did it last year and the year before, continuously previous years?
On this platform, we usually do a top 10 or top 20 countdown as well too for Culturama. But then you have the issues where, sometimes those who really make the contribution towards Culturama still don't get the attention from even the committee itself as well too, because these are things that they should do in an effort to encourage people who are trying to promote the Culturama, even more, because here on Real Entertainment Network, we were doing that without any support. We have never gotten any sponsorship or anything from Culturama, but that is a contribution that we would have made. We'll go to the way, we interview the artists, we bring on the artists, and then we used to do a top 20, I think the top 20 or top 10 Culturama hits as well. That wasn't done this year too, because we didn't have a lot of music either. So I hear your point. I hear your point, and I'm just trying to interject that in the mix as well. So go ahead.
So I have two things to say on that matter. Well, it goes back to what I was saying. I could send Real Entertainment the list. I pulled 20 songs together, and I only included what was on YouTube, right? And I mostly looked for soca, Wilders. There were 20 songs I could have pulled up and list. But you see, I have a personal relationship with all of these artists. So I'm saying we need one source that we know, okay, if it's Culturama will send Real Entertainment Network the songs as they release, right? Really, we could say it's the artist's job to link all these places, but it's just going to be better for all of us if one package go out. I have a friend named DJ Fire. He's in the Small Axe band. He tell me take it easy on them today. So I hope he see I take it easy. He used to send the a compilation of Sugar Mass music, all the DJs that he has in his network. And he was in the VI and other places. And the thing about it, I used to put out music just for Sugar Mass, not to compete, just to be a part of that list. And that is why in certain circles, when DVX comes up, they would know, okay, yeah, DVX is from Nevis, because they would have gotten content from me every year for, maybe 10 years. So that is something that we need to do. The other part of it, right, is that while I tackling these people, it goes back to my principle. If you say nothing at all, no problem. I didn't see any post from Real Entertainment Network that says music is slow in Nevis. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Right?
I can't comment. I'm in a Facebook, so I don't know. I can't comment about that. I don't have Facebook. So I can't.
I haven't I haven't seen it. I haven't seen
I,
it. So if I miss it,
well,
I miss it.
yes,
So you see,
yes.
when I start tackle people, is when they want to come with negativity and don't come with the positive or find solution.
Yeah, but
Now,
people will still come with
in
negativity
that post,
extra. You know that. Everybody not gonna
no,
support what you do. That's just how
no.
life is.
So my principle is that if I have the time and the energy and I want to, I gonna tackle them. It's not that if
Well,
I
that's
on my
yes.
journey, if I on my journey, I gonna let them take me after the journey. I just say if I just wake up, I ain't got nothing to do for the day. I you
I got
violate,
you.
chances are
Yes,
I might address you out of fun too,
of
because
course.
a lot of my friends like the roadiness once in a while. I don't overdo it. So what I'm saying that if people are speaking negatively about things, not providing solutions, and when they have an avenue to provide such solution, they're not using it for whatever motive they had. So well, they can't come to me and put me against. I function with whatever chairman is in, where our chairwoman, wherever government is in, I gonna function. Because at the end of the day, the culture will be there forever. But I'm saying, Banky, and this is I want to end off on this note because certain things you might think are petty, but these things are going on in the music industry. If you watch documentaries, rap, dancehall, you would
Well, of course,
understand
of course. That's what I'm
how
saying is it never
how
change. That's what I'm
how
saying. It's not gonna change.
how how, how territorial these things are. And it might
And
not change, but me
people lose
in
their
the
life
opposite.
too.
I mean,
A lot of people lost. Lot
yes,
of
yeah, well,
people lives over these things. You see what I mean? A lot of people
we're
have
not
lost their
gonna
life
go
over
so
these.
far because
But in reality, X-ray,
because
we're talking about
yeah,
reality in Jamaica, in the
but
Caribbean, in St. Kitts, and this is reality. This is
for
where because
sure,
and them taking that
thank God,
serious. So this is not. It may be petty, but you know the seriousness of it too. I mean the sound thing. So you understand
yeah,
is now going on way
yeah.
before you know this
So
thing. You know, we talk
yeah,
about.
well, well, thank God the Nevis ain't gonna get to that point because I gonna be laying me with me
You know,
ask
they
them
think
for
it
next year
Nevis.
Culturama when they come. Yeah, yeah. Thank God he ain't like that. I gonna be living with them next year. But Banky, we have to point out that
Yes,
there is people who are competing and they're doing one or two petty things that I have to identify to my fans and identify myself. Right now,
that's fine. That's
upset,
fine. And they are
the
sure those
upset,
others will come out and speak when they're ready to speak and share the views and
they
their fans.
won't, they won't speak. You know why they won't speak? Anyhow,
Okay.
they address me. I win. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yes.
DVX right now on 5G is operating in such a capacity. It's a part of their marketing not to mention DVX because if they do mention and people go and listen to the content, you know, they're going to fall in love with DVX. So this is competition, you know. This is just pettiness. I compete, we are competing a bank. They're trying to teach you.
Of course.
You
I get you.
understand?
Of course. Of
So,
course.
so,
Of
so
course.
when you find, as I identified before, people come on the status and say what they got to say, but they can't come back and say the same band with one man. Because people gonna say, well, the band they must be well sweet. Moving on, when you see people who usually post the road march results, 4 years, taxi door get to do, apple cider get to do, who get to do, DVX with
So,
the upset,
say upon
they
Obi
get to
now,
do.
Obi pan. It's Obi pan. Because say
I
no,
just
don't want to make the
saying,
comment. Don't make you not say nothing
I
can
just,
silent
I
this
just,
me. And now you jump
I
up
just
differently,
saying,
mystically. No, remember
I
Earl
just,
said there are people who didn't
so,
make no comment.
so,
No, you
Banky,
for
are
no.
you, Banky, are you
How are you saying
saying
no? Not
that
me saying how are you saying?
Obi, you saying Obi did not post the results for
You said
Culturama
that I
Road
don't
March
have
this year?
Facebook. I Facebook, so I don't know. Me say what
Well,
you say. Come in on Facebook.
we should research it.
Huh?
We should research and come back to
Oh,
you here at Entertainment Network
we
to
go
see
research you.
if,
You
well,
talk.
we should research. We should research.
We should.
I mean,
You talk. I
I'm,
sure.
I'm
I sure
sure.
Obi
I
is
am
good. You
sure.
know, Obi can comment. Obi can handle it. Say he's the biggest, baddest blogger. Obi can defend himself. So I assure tomorrow I might wake up Obi about DVX or whatever extra real entertainment. So me not get to Obi.
Listen, before Obi that Pebi the mind, they understand and they know. They understand and they know they can post the on TVX. Whatever going on, the camp over there, the rule they done in place. But I'm just saying, if the people research that Apple started to get a big up last year, the
So
year
what happened this
before
year?
was
So what happened this year? What do you think happened? What do
I
you think
didn't
happened?
I did not see I feel personally he was wondering,
Yes.
who is DVX boy? Who is DVX?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So maybe he don't know. It could be.
That's what it is.
But I
They
am
don't-
just no, I gonna say straight up. Bankie,
Uh-huh. Yes.
the DVX camp and the camp over there. I don't know what to name that camp there. They cannot acknowledge DVX. They can't acknowledge DVX as the road match champion. They can't share them results there. They
Those
cannot
who
do
don't
it.
support those who are coming to me, the silent ones, I mean.
I can't say they don't support me, because deep down, these people like me very much. Deep down, they know I gonna
Yes,
be a
but
big player, as I have been. But
mhm.
we're talking competition. They can't acknowledge that DVX is the road match champion of Nevis right now. They can't. I am saying it to the public. They cannot.
Yes, but what I'm saying,
You understand?
you said
And
you said
they cannot respond to any of my accusation either, because a response to X-ray is an acknowledgement. So I could talk all I want, but they can't talk.
you being diplomatic.
Yes, sir.
You're being diplomatic.
Bankie,
I
So you
can this
and
is
then I don't want it to
competition.
comment, which is it? You meant I don't want it to comment. Can you play diplomatic? But I mean, it's all fun and all the social media
It's fun. It's fun and
personalities.
games.
Yes,
Fun and
don't
games
make
for
the
me.
comment and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
sweetly.
They won, Bankie. This
I don't
okay,
know.
you see? Yahsonn, you don't understand the social media. None of them could say Raynaldon, Bartlette, DVX, anything, congratulations, or even say, my extra stop calling me name. They can't do it. Any movement is an acknowledgement for DVX right now. And they can't hate on DVX either, because, when you see people 50 and going for 60, they can't say anything bad about somebody who is 30 doing things. You understand? So I'm just
Let me see.
saying.
So you're telling me
Yeah.
Obi a black X-ray and DVX, me boy Obi blocking you. No one give you praise
No,
and come here. That's what you're
I
saying,
will,
X-ray?
I will not say that.
What were you
I will not
saying?
say
Talk
that. I
straight
am
and stop being
saying
diplomatic.
in
X-ray
the
talk
first
straight.
time, because I am a follower of Obi, the biggest, baddest blogger. For the
So,
first time in about
yes.
4 years, he has not posted the road match results
All right.
of
So here, yeah.
Nevis.
So here, yeah.
And it
Yeah.
just so happened, that the year that he did not post, DVX to
X-ray win.
win on the first
All
time,
right.
and X-ray win.
Well, Obi,
And
you're coming
I
from.
will say personally, I used to send him my songs up to last year, and he wasn't posting them. So I just walk out. I'm not popular enough to be on that forum.
Yes.
But then when I win road march, I realize, boy, the road march this will come like the election when Timothy Harris just win,
So,
and the
so you
supervisor
post.
election.
So your road match will
um,
post. So you mean he posts your road match?
In a post, I made a comment on one of his posts, them right, and I mentioned it that I told them I'm discouraged from sending my music again
Okay.
because he hasn't posted it, but y'all know I was just being sarcastic, And
I
again,
got
I
you.
say all these people I'm identifying, I have respect for them because they've built their they've built their platform. They have made contribution also. But they must understand, and that's what people don't understand about this side of X-ray, right? I don't be digging people, once I sense, want to do something in my capacity of X-ray, DJ X-Ray, I gonna dig you. And I gonna wait for a while too. Me ain't gonna just pick up when it just happened. I gonna watch on, see what you're doing, and see who else you're digging. I usually once they get away with me, they will just do it to somebody else. So I just wait till they go far enough. So when I identify it, there's more than enough evidence. But Banky, the thing is the same. Unless I missed it, I think he post the Calypso thing. He post Rocco, Dan, and Ras. Lord, me can't get a do.
Let me,
Me can't
Obi,
get a do.
watch it, right?
I am
I'm speaking to
balling
Obi
on the
right
real
now. I
entertainment
gotta call
next.
out Obi. Let
I
me call
am
out Obi.
balling.
I'm calling out Obi. Let me talk. Let me speak. My brethren Obi, because you got a whole segment here from X-Ray. Doing a whole segment Obi. He done with the
Definitely.
toe. He gone down the whole drain. He just calling out everybody who now give him congrats for his what the reason is. All of a sudden, nobody fault up. So Obi, you've been asked. Show extra some love, me brethren. We're dealing with for the last 4 years.
No.
You big up everybody. You big up Ida,
Yeah.
me family. So actually,
What happened?
you have some love to man. What do you mean? To my man, you
Yeah,
get some big
yeah,
love. You
but
get very well.
more so. As man, I want to know the reason he omitted this year. I watch it every year.
Yes,
I want to know the reason. Listen, even if they tell me, right? They tell me by extra, we supported this band. So we got to wire you. I was like, okay. But I need to know what is happening.
all right.
I see how you hurting me.
That's related.
Yeah,
Related.
right.
Related. Yeah,
Hey, people,
man. But
I gotta say,
we enjoy the reasoning. We enjoy the reasoning. It was fun. It's long
Yeah,
time we
man.
link up like this. You
I
understand?
enjoy it. Though. I enjoy
Yeah.
it. Too. I'm happy I got to see the more free up and lively side of me, more
Of
expressive
course.
side.
No, man, you
yeah,
loosen up. You loosen up, and that's what it's all about. You loosen up
um,
yourself and have fun. And that's what it's all about, Virgin.
yeah,
and we wanna again, for those who may be coming in late and who are just logging in and so on, we're here speaking with DJ X-Ray, of the DVX band, who is the band is the Road March champions for Culturama 2026, Culturama 52. They actually did a long jam for Nevis as well, the first time that they would have done that. And it was a success. They were able to jam all the way down. As he mentioned, he didn't have a big crowd, but they had a sizable crowd. And by the time they got into town, the crowd increased a bit. And they were able to, as small as the crowd was, they were able to please the judges based on whatever criterias were set. And apart from just being the DVX band, he mentioned that there were other big name artists who were being backed by other big bands as well, who were a part of the competition, and they were able to defeat them. So it was not just a little walkover. So we want to give Jack the jacket, and so enough
Yes, sir.
respect X-Ray and your victory. Enough respect on the effort to try to keep the long jam, at least make it a part of
it
Culturama
happened.
this year. It will go down in history that it did happen this year. Might not have been as big as it
Sorry.
used to be or whatever the case may be, but it happened, right? So we want to give you thanks. We want to say thanks to all those who have commented on the platform, whether it's on the Facebook or on the YouTube. We want to encourage you, those who are still here, before you leave, go on over to the YouTube platform, subscribe, like, click on the notification bell so that you're informed every time we have a program here on Real Entertainment Network. Usually a lot of people are accustomed to the politics and so on, but the topics is, as the name implies, the topics. So it's not just always politics. We do sometimes a lot of politics because it's getting closer to the silly season and so on. But if you are an ardent follower of the program, you would realize that we do from time to time have all sorts of different topics, right? And tonight we are into Culturama and band music and that kind of energy. We want to thank all those who would have called in as well, and we want to give X-Ray an opportunity for his closing, and then we wrap things up for this evening. So before you all leave, before you all hear X-Ray's last comment, go on over to the YouTube platform, click subscribe, like, and share it. Make sure you share it as well. Go ahead, X-Ray.
Well, I think that I gave everybody a little big up. But I want to especially big up a young band in Nevis, New Wave. I heard them while I was DJing in the village, and I heard them a few times. Big up Rokodan. I see potential here also in coming up because we have the established band, the ADC, the Ultimate. Big up UJ and all those people. You have the core reforming too. My classmate Alex is in the core, so there's no. He was on my bandstand for the long job too. So as I tell you, it's no personal thing. It's more
Of
banter for me.
course.
I just want to say
Yes.
that. But I feel, as I said, everybody just need to push a little more. I know the government has a great part to play in our economy and our way how we do things. We're very political in Nevis, eh? We can't move from there. The government is involved in a lot of things. However, I feel like people need to put more into building their own platform because 5G is the reason we had enough backatives to get on the road. And 5Gs is something I would have built. There were some past members of 5Gs also that contributed. And I got to especially pick up Nadia Kelly, winning the road man, so she had to come all in the face. I sure she never see me like this ever. She used to hold down 5 trees. So
Right.
I would like to pick up New Wave. I feel like New Wave right now. Well, the time I saw them, they were using the rhythm master from Ultimate Stully. There is a lot of talent right now springing up in Nevis. They need the avenue, but equally, I have to encourage them to just not take no as an answer. When I went to Choice Radio in 2010, they told me they weren't hiring. I said, okay, I'll do an internship. And I got hired some months later. So they have to really understand that there's sacrifice in it. That is what I want to leave with the people. As for the last few things I addressed, with the controversy, an elder in from the town region, somebody I really have a lot of respect for. They told me to also tell you, remember, I from town, eh? If certain
Answer
other
to who?
people are from country, we not on the same team.
Me understand what you
Musically,
say.
musically. That's how
From tongue.
I am going to leave it. I will repeat that the elder
Yes.
who is also from town,
Yes.
reminded me that X-Ray, you're from
From
town.
tongue. I got
So
you.
if other people are
Country
on
has no
another
good music,
team,
man. Casanova is one of the best band who come out of Nevis. So you, music is
they
music, you
might
know.
not want to. They might not want to acknowledge you at this point in time. But as I
I got you.
said, and I will
No man, Tongue has
leave it with that.
getting good
This,
music and stuff like that from long time.
this,
You know what I mean? I
this,
got great
this
talent
is
come out of Tongue.
maybe that's why I especially big up New Wave. Maybe we biased. But
Yes.
anyway,
No, Tongue has got good talent from long time.
I'll say this. In everything that was said tonight, I want the people to understand this is like give me two basketball team, like Lakers versus
But
who? It's a team thing, it's a sport.
I
So
got you. I
please
got you.
don't take anything. No, everybody, who's listening, don't take anything that I say in a personal capacity. Don't pick a side and pick extra. You could banter about it, talk about it. Yeah, but at the end of the day, all of us are after the same thing, and that is to get Nevis music forward. Anything I say is more so for entertainment purposes. It's like wrestling, WWE. There's a storyline, but then at the end of the day, when you go in the locker room, we're humans again. So I just want the people to know that too. I just like in politics, because we're very political. I have
Yes.
seen as a young man a politician took another politician to court, right? And another politician from the opposing party come in and make a joke with the politician taking, one party taking the other party to court, and then one from the other side come in and shake the other's hand. So if the politicians could do that and get along behind closed doors, please, no one take what I said tonight
Yes,
and my
I.
banter personal level. I'm going to give my disclaimer. I am just being an entertainer right now. You understand? So everything that happens on social media stays on social media. And then personally, I just sip a Guinness, and maybe they're gonna come by five cheese bar when they come from wherever they are and say, boy, Exe, why you had to do that? And I'm gonna say, well, it's a part of the business. So I
Of
just
course.
want to put that out
Yes,
there
I.
so everybody remains unified. But there's a lot of talent that is gonna come from Nevis. I see it in the next 5 years. I already have my 5 year plan. But I see that there are going to be other younger bands coming up because in the band scene, I come in at the old age. Yes, I know I gonna laugh. I know I gonna laugh. But people usually join bands, really get that trend when they're in their mid 20s, early 20s. That's when they're rooted the most. And then 30s, and so you have to already be established to really go forward. You have to have your thing together. You have to be the leader. Um,
Yes.
in the capacity of a band. An artist could last whatever age, but the band thing, I came in at an old age, to be on this level. So I have my 5 year plan, and it does include having younger people around me. I mean, you look at Sugar Band. Mention is way up there, and his entire band is a generation below, or two, you know. And so Collision Band is very popular right now because Pinocchio and 3D and all these guys would have moved to the back line and moved elsewhere. And it's young people running the band. So outside of DVX, I see a lot of younger people coming up, and definitely in the next 5 years, I would want to see big clash in town. It's an extra go home. I got to run up in the countryside to do the line jump to survive. And the younger guys,
Yes.
get it, really going at it. I could go back to and play their music just as I did before. But for now, I just want people to know, as you could see by the interview, this road march rain is going to be very eventful. It's going to be very
Yeah, man. Give
eventful.
thanks. Give
And
thanks. And
we're only 2 weeks in.
give thanks. Give thanks for the time. Give thanks for the
Yeah,
energy.
man.
Give thanks for the conversation. I want to say thanks to all who are still logged in with us. I want to thank everybody. Encourage you to subscribe to the platform. Bankie, your closing remarks.
Yes, yes. Just want to link up. We definitely enjoy the reasoning, and as the folks, we have laughter and stuff like that. So no more outspoken show and stuff like that. So I love to see young people like this being more aggressive and more and stuff like that. And it shows a lot of way of maturity and running this and going through its challenges and so forth. I mean, you gotta be look at people straight in the face and be respect and just something you just gotta say what you gotta say and whether take it personal and just move on. And that's just how it is. And that's what gonna build you and make you strong. As the world is a tough place and only this strong. So being in a shell, also me is doing it and new move to go and get to a different level of understanding and reason and maturity and for what his accomplishments and stuff like that. And so, Virgin, all I out there's a who keep silent, give the man his support and tell him congratulations and move on. That's all it is. So I'm gonna with you with that X-ray. So definitely back. But just want to say coming up this Friday, we're gonna have our guests. We have a special edition of the topics where we have pesticide board, Italy Army and Quincy Barnes. We were discussing some of the pests that is going around and which is in our environment and stuff like that, and how we deal with some of these and how these things can affect food and stuff like that. Then next week, Tuesday, we'll have the discussion of the shipment edition, and the Friday, so it's our special edition with the next guest. So we'll confirm that, and on September, we'll have Austin Edinburgh, and then on September 8th, we'll have Mario Philip, the new candidate. Definitely
Classmate, you know?
your classmate again. All right. So I just want to say
Yeah,
thanks to
man.
all
Yeah, man.
those on a weekly basis and support Mansa's last stop and Shabazaga next, and big up Amanis, Aisha, and Tasha, and for keeping their dad legacy alive, and all those who come. And remember, you're known for having sharks and bacon Saturdays, and come get your breakfast and lunch. And tomorrow we have roti, veg and chicken roti, and Thursday you get your curry chicken lunch, and Friday you get your cook up, and Saturday you get your caramel and fish with oak and so forth, and your oxtail and your chicken roti. So again, just want a big carb who doing a great thing. Definitely is one of those persons who have a lot to say and think he need to have his own podcast. Can have an right thing to do, and also want to buy disco up there in Fountain, friend the rental and Delano and the whole family. Disco, big up yourself, Disco's car rental. Yeah, man, support me buy Disco and all the other small businesses around. And big up Carl Claxton, right at Labo Motors, Virgin Carl at any time, telling Bankie Yahsonn we get a little discount here and there. Yeah.
Well, Banky, and the closing, what I want to say is, I don't know who your network provider is, but we're gonna have to talk to your network provider if it's Flow. We got to make sure that you get your glitches sorted out, because you're bumping in and out, you're cutting in and out. So Flow, the Flow you're dealing with, Banky, let me make sure it's Flow before make me plug. Who your internet provider is? Flow?
Yeah, the one there.
Okay. Well, Flow, we need for you to become a sponsor of the program, because we want to make sure that we have, right now we're the top program and one of the top programs in the federation. So we got to make sure that Bankie and our network is tip top. So let's make sure we get that sorted out. And we encourage you to become a sponsor as well, so you can sponsor the topic. So we reach out to the marketing team for Flow, and maybe you can sponsor some internet services and keep this thing going. So
beautiful.
With that said, I want to say thank you, X-Ray. Want to thank the Real Entertainment Network team behind the scenes. Want to thank you all for overtime as well, because we have gone overtime and so on. But X-Ray has been like a brother. We're brethren. We go way back. For those of you who have been following us, X-Ray used to be the guy when Bankie started the Everything Agriculture show, and then X-Ray ran away. X-Ray ran away. No, but he was there before me. Remember, he was your X-Ray first, and then I ended up doing the name. And then after that, X-Ray run away from us, and but
I have to water the 5 keys. I have to water the 5 keys, I have to water the 5 keys, man.
I like that.
Couldn't let them talk brown. Couldn't let them talk brown.
Fair enough. And now he's back. And so we're gonna hear a lot more from him. And again, as we close, congratulations.
Sure.
Congratulations on the road match. We just want to wish you success as you continue with 5 trees, and also with what you're doing with the balance on. Anything else you up to put your hands into, right? We want to encourage you and continue to motivate you.
Remember.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying, I remember in 5 years I promised I'm gonna speak politics. In 5 years.
We see, so that's a whole other story again. So people, love everybody, guide us on our text until Friday. Until Friday, enough love. Sorry, before I leave, I see the technician ain't ready yet. So before I leave, I was gonna say we're gonna start breakfast on Saturdays at the Heritage Cafe. And remember, tomorrow is Simple Stupid Wednesdays. Every Wednesday we have Simple Stupid Wednesdays at Heritage Cafe. So X-Ray inviting you over to the cafe as well. So it seems like we're all in business the same way, So we're gonna support one another and look out for one another. So enough respect, everybody. Guidance and detection. See you all.
Into the world, the Topiks. Bankie Yahsonn. Ooh, real conversations. Hey. Lately we be having conversations with the people, cause we feel like there's nobody really talking truth. We be having conversations with the people, cause too many media houses changing up the news. Everything was green light, now we seeing red. Everybody got opinions, few got facts instead. We be having conversations with the people, cause we feel like there's nobody really talking truth. Tuesday night and everybody tuned in live. Bankie Yahsonn bringing reasoning every time. Talking politics and the things affecting lives. Breaking down the stories they be trying to hide. Used to trust the system, now the trust gone. Everybody talking loud, but the facts wrong. People tired of the fake and the gimmicks too, so they coming to the topics for a clearer view. Got the whole Caribbean locked on the station. Real entertainment network, building conversations. No script vibes, not staged for the camera. Just real people talking straight with stamina. Maybe we be having conversations